Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm also joined by two of my fellow co-hosts, the Yan City. First and foremost, what are you saying? You good?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Yeah, all right. Pure enthusiasm. Don't blow me away with all that energy and that. Yeah, hella, get me. Hell, don't blow me away with that. We'll start that again. Yan City, how are you doing? Are you good?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Right, get me right. You know what? Fair time's a charm. Yan City, how? Never mind. But yeah, shout out my bro Tox who just joined, who's also in the cut and that. You know what I'm saying? Getting his hair did. What are you telling me, family? You good?
Yeah, I was about to get my hair taken out and that. You get me? I got the ponytail in and that. Yeah, fam.
Right,
I look like shit right now, fam.
Right, you got the Andy Carroll ponytail rocket.
Fam. You know what I'm saying? The Andy Carroll, you know, big number 9.
Big number. You're a big guy as well.
The big number 9.
The big number 9. Also joined by my Don Big Bro AV8. Happy belated birthday. Also, what are you saying, fam? Did you enjoy your birthday festivities?
Yeah, man, yo, got plenty of rum, you know. People are just sending the rums. But, you know, when you hit them big ages, yeah, I'm not gonna say I don't know what age it is, but you know, when you hit them big ages, people just start sending you them, you know, fine rums and all that.
Yo, don't complain, man. That sounds good. You get me? That sounds good to me.
Wait until we get to tier 2. You see what happens, innit?
What's it called? What rum do you even drink? What rum do you drink?
I'll tell you what I had, a red leg. I've got red leg Kraken. I've got Dom Papa. I've had the lot, man. I've got a bag. I can't even remember the names of them. You know what I mean?
All right, let's go, man. All right, I'll owe you, man, both a bottle as well, innit? That's why I'm saying that, innit? You get what I'm saying?
All right, appreciate that. Shout out everybody that's in the
I got you in it
on job.
Go in it, man. Owes you, man, both a bottle in it. Obviously, I couldn't make it to Friday because I was working. But yeah, shout out Prime as well. Prime, what you telling me, and that special guest and that there with the nice background in the white and that with the shades, fresh trim.
That is a fire background.
Yeah. Prime came ready and prepped today. What you telling me, Prime?
Yeah,
he's like too busy grinning in it. You finished, fam. I showing off 32 teeth in it. He's like, yeah,
I'm good.
Man got the premium wallpaper, you know. That's like expensive shit. You get me?
Premium wallpaper, we did. I rate it. And shout out my done other special guest, Manny, also in the cut. Mr. Fake Football TV. Manny, what you saying?
Yo, Machi, man, bless, man. What you man saying, man?
You good? Yo, happy belated birthday to you as well, man. Innit? You
know love for that. Love for that.
On that day, it was like 4 birthdays on that day.
December, baby. Yeah,
man. Yeah, come on. The best month out there. Come on, man. Get me no lockdown in December because Jesus got me. Get me.
Oh, madness. Oh, Manny, did I send you the wrong link? My bad. My apologies. And my brain is straggled. My apologies.
Man sent me a link from like 3 days ago, you know. I was like, wow.
I sent you the wrong link. My apologies, fam.
No, it is what it is, cuz.
My apologies, yo, in it. You're here though, that's all that counts in it. We'll get to some of the comments. Yo, before we get to the comments, please make sure if you're watching this live or you're watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it across all your socials and hit the subscribe button because we're closing in on 1.5k subs. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody supporting. Jeremiah Ojan says, yo, Flawless, yo, fan, salute. RB says, yes, people. Yeah, man, salute. Ahmed says, yes, lads. And he says, big up talks. Faris, yo, shit, it's been a minute. He says, what's popping? My bros, Flawless and Talks haven't interacted in a while. Facts, yo, good to see you, Faris, innit? I know you're out here working and that. 187 Gangster Crip, another regular says, big up, Flawless, Yan, the rest of the crew.
What a name, yo. 187 Gangster.
Yeah, man, he's a regular. 187.
He froze there a little bit.
That's what it is. We'll get to the comments. Frozen.
Yeah, Flawless got that South Manny internet connection, yo.
It's moving mad still, like. Hey, Yan, take over, man. Take over.
Yeah, go on, Yan.
Like and subscribe, people. So if you're on Periscope, switch over to YouTube so you can like it, and then you can go back if you want.
You sound just like Flawless. You get me? That's exactly what he would have said.
Yeah. Oh God, I'll leave some of these. Yeah, Rashid Harris is on Periscope, and that's a jump over. We'll start with the questions. So Rashid says, thoughts on Ryan Garcia. Where's he gone? Has he gone? What are your thoughts on Ryan Garcia? Tax.
Come back to me in it.
Ryan Garcia, the boxer.
I'm assuming so. It's not a footballer.
Yeah,
you'd be talking about the boxer and that.
I'm not into boxing like that.
You know, they're calling him the new Oscar De La Hoya. He's got hands. He's for a slim guy. He's got hands. He's for me. I don't know. I need to see him getting into some. For me, anyway, he needs to have some better fights. I'm not dissing him. That saying that he's not had any fights, but it's easy to build up a fighter when you're on Golden Boy and you've not really had any serious fights. Do you get me? But he's definitely got some. He's definitely got some skills. He's fast as well. Tough little Mexican. I thought who was he looking to fight? Flawless. Who was he looking to fight? Garcia.
What weight class is he at? I can't remember it because there's so many Garcias in boxing. I get hella confused. I'm not gonna lie in it because it's a very popular name. There's so many Garcias in that. Like, like there's like 4 or 5 in it. So man, it's very easy to get mixed up. What weight is he not? Like a lightweight weight class or something like that?
I thought it was like Lomachenko's weight and all that.
Yeah, that's like lightweight. I don't really watch them weight classes. They're too tough in it. Like if it's under 140, I'm not really interested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I just think if he gets in there with the Jorge Loins and all them, that I don't think if he's in the trenches, I don't know if he can survive it. Basically, that's what I'm basically saying. So we'll just have to see. I need to see more of him to really say if he's a champ or not. But he's a good fighter.
I hear that.
Yo,
Sorry,
brother, you good, G?
Yeah, I'm blessed, yo, innit? Yo, the patty just went down the wrong hole, innit? You know what I'm saying?
I heard 2 cups. I'm thinking,
yo, just went down the wrong hole in that. Yo, it just went down the wrong hole. That's what it is, innit? Yo, I'm eating, innit? Like I said, I'm still waking up people, innit? I took a nap during the Arsenal game and that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them man go 2-0 down, and I was like, yeah, all right, let's get into that anyway. Because people were talking about that. Arteta, innit? Should he
go?
Should he go or should he not? What we saying? We'll start with you, Manny.
No, I think you got to believe in the process, innit? Like Arteta he's doing such an amazing job, you know. Like to take Aubameyang from a striker and turn him to the best left wing back we've ever seen in the Premier League, you know. Come on, man. You got to respect that. You have to respect that. He's doing his thing, man. So listen, it's Arteta in. I'm 100% behind him. I'm there for all the Arsenal man. Them, don't worry, it will get better. I'm telling you, man, it will get better. Arsenal, come on, man. You're only 3 places above the relegation zone, so you don't need to panic, man. Arteta's process, believe in it. You get me?
I hear that. Same question to you, Prime. What you telling us? Obviously, you're the only. Yeah, you're a Chelsea fan, so let us know what you saying.
It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. Yeah, I keep talking to Arsenal fans and why they're getting gassed about Arteta. What has he shown to get gassed about? And, you know, he's better than Ollie and Lampard and trust this process. It's going to be what Klopp's done and everything. And it's just embarrassing at this point. I mean, because we can laugh at AFTV and stuff like that, but it's now just embarrassing. And relegated. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm being serious. Like I keep saying, go get someone like Rafa Benitez. He would help instead of trying to go for these big managers like an Allegri or a Potter. I don't know.
Allow it. Don't link Poch to Arsenal, man. Just say Arteta in, Arteta in, Arteta in.
No.
That's it. That's the energy right now.
I don't even want Arteta to stay, to be honest. I want him gone.
You want who gone? You want Arteta gone? Why?
No, Arsenal. You want them relegated?
Oh, Arsenal.
Yeah. I want him to be relegated.
I thought you were talking about you and it.
Arteta, it's just they want to keep back in this process, but like for me, the type of person I am, I can't trust something without seeing something to believe in. You know, I need something tangible that I can actually see. And what faith is there from Arteta to be shown that? I don't know.
No, I hear you. I get what you're saying. Same to you, Jan City. When you telling us thoughts on Arteta.
Do you know what? Yeah, I did say last week, I think it was, that I think they should give him some time. But, you know, he might get him relegated. So
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe he should come back to City and be Pep's number 2 because that seemed to be working well. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. But I don't think they will sack him because Arsenal won't want to sack the manager. It's kind of like United as well. I don't think they'll sack Ole. But I think it depends, obviously, if it gets to like January and they actually are in the relegation. Which I don't think they'll be that bad. But you never know. You never know. Then I think
bear in mind it's mid-December and you get me, they're just hovering above the relegation zone. Like they could get to January and be in the relegation zone. Like it's not outside of the realms of possibility. Like it's close, isn't it?
Where are they? 15th. Where are they in the
15th? Yeah, 15th.
16th if Brighton lose tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or if Brighton win tomorrow.
Wait. Who did Brighton play tomorrow?
Don't know. 1 second.
Yeah, find out for me, please, Prime.
Have Newcastle played?
Brighton play Southampton tomorrow, and there's a chance they can
lost.
actually beat them.
Nah,
no,
they've
but
lost.
they can actually beat them.
Nah, they've
So
lost.
if
lost.
Brighton
Arsenal stay
beat
15th.
Southampton, Arsenal will go 16th and that. Yo, you know the bank, yeah. If Arsenal go 16th.
No, I believe in Arteta, man. I believe in Arteta. Believe in the process, man.
Hashtag
the process.
Believe the process. All right, Tox. Yeah, same to you. And what's your thoughts on Arteta currently? Are you enjoying it as much as I am? I know that much.
I love to see it in it because when he got the job, I didn't understand this whole narrative of he's the chosen one, he's the man responsible for Pep Guardiola's success at City. Like I didn't get none of it in it, and I thought it was weird how everyone was on this Arteta train. So just seeing it crumble is just funny. Like it's spectacular. It's not even like just the points and where you're at. It's the nature of what's happening, watching how he sets up his teams, the fact that them man have scored only 10 goals in the league so far this season. And bear in mind the games that come in thick and fast. And we're in December and you only got 10 goals so far in it. It's just like, it's beautiful to see in it. And they're going to stick with him. That's the great thing. They're going to stick with him. So it's going to get worse in it.
I hear that. AV8, again, same to you.
Yo, I don't know, man. He's not doing well, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's like, how many games? How many games has he lost in a row now? He's lost.
It might be five.
Five.
It's five.
Five, innit?
No way has he lost 5 games in a row.
Five games in a row.
In a row.
So this is how you got to look
In
at
a row, fam.
For me, well, Vieira, he's just been sacked, hasn't he, from Nice for losing 5 games in a row.
No,
I mean,
and now 5 games in a row.
Yeah,
you know, I didn't know that.
5 games in a row, a lot of games, that innit?
Yo, that's a lot of games.
Yo, I know, and I won't even mind. Yeah, it's they're getting, they're looking toothless.
Yeah, they're not in the games. That's the funny thing. You get me? Like today was the best I've seen them play.
So
you know when you got to scroll through the table, you got to scroll all the way down to like somewhere. I've never been that down before, man. Like,
was the last game they won was United, right?
They haven't lost 5 games in a row, but they've not won in 5 games. So they lost 2-0 to Tottenham today, 2-1 to Wolves. They drew with Leeds 0-0.
Yeah.
They got beat 3-0 by Aston Villa, and before that they beat United.
Right. So
before that they lost to Leicester.
Right. So the next games they've got is Burnley. They've got Burnley next, and
they'll win that.
They've got Burnley.
No, they won't.
I think they've got.
They're not beating Burnley.
I can't even.
Where was it? Where was it? Is that
actually, what am I betting on Arsenal for?
Is that the Emirates?
Yeah, hang on a minute. I'll tell you the games they've got. They've got Burnley at the Emirates. Then they've got Southampton. Then they've got that's at home as well. Then they've got Everton away. Then they've got City at home. Then they've got Chelsea at home. And I think then by December the 29th, it's Brighton away. Mate,
so that's potentially 6 points from 5 games, isn't it? They can do
that's what I'm saying, man.
Where are you getting 6 points from 5 games?
I'm giving them the Brighton, yeah, and I'm giving them what's the next
I'm
game?
not.
Burnley, innit?
I'm
You
not.
got to give them something, man. Come
Playing
on, man.
Brighton is a relegation 6 points.
Okay, nah, you gotta think though. I was gonna yo, Prime, you took it from me. I was just about to say that. It's a 6-pointer. That's a lot of pressure on that game, you know. That's your relegation rivals in that. It's your relegation ride. There's a lot of pressure riding into that game. You know what I'm saying? You lot are laughing. I'm being dead serious. That's a lot of pressure. I'm saying if they beat you and they go 3 points clear of you, like, you know what I'm saying?
What did they want him out? Did the Arsenal fans want him
Tony
out? That's
Pulis,
the
you know what I'm
that's the
saying?
key question.
It's still
Yeah, man. They got the
mixed
Papa
with
Pulis. They might have to go get Tony Pulis.
Nah, stop.
I've seen Troop say today that he wants Arteta out in it, so they're starting to turn now in it.
Also, this
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
Thing. Sorry, go.
Sorry, but basically, when I seen the game in it, they obviously Son's goal was just magical. Can't do nothing about that. But the second goal, did you see Partey just leave the pitch because he was injured? And then I just see that Arteta like just dash him on the pitch. He couldn't run, and then they bagged the goal. So it doesn't look like there's any hunger in that team. What's happened to Nicholas Pep? He's gone missing. You know what I mean? They've bought what happened to this.
Wait. Did you say Nicholas Pep's gone missing?
Yo,
Has he even arrived? He never arrived.
That's what I'm saying. Missing.
He was never here. Missing.
So,
he was never here.
I've got nothing to say. All I'm saying, if you don't win a certain amount of games, home or away, most managers are sacked, man. And Jose was loving it. He was just rubbing it in it. Mama was rubbing it in it like it was flipping. I don't know, man.
It's funny because United fans want Ollie sacked, but realistically, you win your game in hand, and in theory, you're still challenging for the title.
Ollie out.
100%.
I'm just making that point of an Arsenal fan still back Arteta. It's
Listen, man.
The most damning thing is like Arteta came out after that game today and he was like, I don't know what else we can do. We can't score goals. So when you've got your manager saying, like publicly saying, I'm out of ideas, like it's damning, innit? Like
That's
man literally said, he literally said, I don't know what else we can do. It's like you're out of ideas already, innit? So boy, it's gonna get worse from there, innit?
I think the whole club's like a mess though, because there's clearly stuff going on behind the scenes with Ozil and everyone else that's been, left out. So there's clearly issues going on there. They don't look like they can score. Like today, they created quite a few chances that anyone if them chances fell to Spurs and their chances fell to Arsenal, that game would have been about 5-0 Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Based on the chances that they had. So it just looked like they couldn't score. City aren't great this season in relation to that either, but we're not that bad. Like they just look like they could have played all night and they wouldn't have scored. So he is right.
That energy is different.
As much as you have to blame the manager, I think a lot of it has to be on the players as well, because
what I'm saying,
they had the chances. They should have put them away.
Yeah, man. Like Lacazette, Aubameyang. Yo, these man they paid big money for that. That's what I'm saying. Pep, that man, they're just not there. They're not one of the.
It doesn't help though when they're set up like Aubameyang's playing left wing back and Lacazette's playing right wing back. Like it doesn't help in it. So what you can't really score from them positions.
Well, here's the thing: playing pragmatic is not necessarily a problem. It's just the way that they do it. Jose plays pragmatic, and yet they beat City 2-0, beat Spurs 2-0, got a point from Chelsea, battered United. It's just the way they're set up, the structure. That's why, for me, whatever that's going on behind the scenes, but on the pitch, Arteta is the problem. Because with a better Rafa Benitez, in my opinion, right now, would have them at like 7th or 8th, which is where realistically they should be, because they finished 8th last season.
And that's what I'm saying. So he might have been. It's only been a manager. It's only been Pep's number 2. So really, should he have been the Arsenal manager? He's not got any experience. I know they're looking at Lampard and everybody else, but he's what really could he bring to the table? It was just at the end of this, the momentum probably got him the trophies at the end of the last season. But this season, he's brought in players. He's saying, I've got a way of playing football. But I was still like, I don't understand why he's so surprised, man. This guy's probably how many months into the job is he been a manager? 6
About a
months,
year.
or
About a
maybe
year
less.
Over a year.
At least with Frank, he had a year at Derby. Is that even enough to warrant you the Chelsea job? Probably not. But then this summer, he got adequately backed with the players that he wanted. So now, if it doesn't work, it's his neck that's on the line. With Arteta, there's an element where you can say he hasn't got backed appropriately. So you don't know if it's going to work.
He got Willian, he got Partey, he got Gabriel, you got that other little centre back. Who else did they bring in? They brought in that Sabilos or what's his name? Danny, whatever.
Yeah.
They actually addressed.
Danny Shitos from Real Madrid. So he's been back.
The thing is,
he's got the players
I
he
don't go
wants.
with that in it. I don't say he's not been back because they actually addressed their problem areas, which has always been problem areas for Arsenal. Like they got in a centre back and they got in a defensive midfielder, which is always been their issues in it. So he was backed. I'd say he was backed in it. Like going forward was never the issue.
The players that they brought in aren't good. Partey can't stay fit. Gabriel, as great as Arsenal fans may say he's done, they're in 15th. So like,
no, it's not that he's an upgrade on what they have. Like Gabriel, he actually when you see him play, obviously people say it's because they're playing Nana at the back, innit? But when you see him in that team, he actually stands out. As much as the defense is still woeful, he actually stands out. Do you know what I mean?
If I stand out against 9-year-olds, it doesn't make a difference.
But
it doesn't make a difference.
But the thing is, his game that he's not playing badly. He's actually not. He's actually playing. He hasn't. Obviously, they're losing, so you can't say he's not. He's not okay.
He's not the problem.
He's not the problem.
No, I didn't say he's the problem. But again, it's hard to judge how good he is in that team.
But he's in a team with an inexperienced manager, and the manager brings his. The manager comes in. This is the thing with what I get with Arteta. Like he's coming, he's the manager. It's the staff around him. Are they experienced enough as well? So if they're not experienced enough, then it becomes a problem, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? So as much as Ole might not be up to standard, in my opinion, do you know what I mean? Right? He's still, and people still question what are your inexperienced staff doing or bringing to the table. But because Ole's had that kind of experience and he's took molded to certain places and all that, but what I'm saying, Manny, it transfers over. He's still got the experience.
Allow it.
Yeah, but Manny, it transfers over. It doesn't. It transfers over. Does that make sense? I'm not saying he's a good coach, but I'm saying Arteta has literally come in as a manager, and is his staff around him experienced? You got that doesn't work to me. I'm not saying Ole's better than him or anything like that, Manny. I'm not trying to say that, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
Ole is better than Arteta.
But his staff, though, his backroom staff are inexperienced.
But again, that isn't that. Why is that a problem?
No, because you're saying that Arteta didn't get backed, and people are saying Ole ain't got backed, and he has been backed. Does that make sense? So it's down to the players as well. Do you know what I mean?
You can say, you can always say it's down to the players, and yeah, that is true to an extent. But as a manager, if you are a good manager, I expect you to be able to work to do more with less. And Arteta is not doing that at all. In fact, they're not progressing, they're declining.
Yeah, he's underachieving, and that's the problem. There's no way that squad should be in 15th, 16th
but he ain't got the experience.
But I think that's what AV8 saying, isn't it? Like he ain't got the experience as a manager. All he is a number 2, yeah. That you can tell that he was doing defensive work in it with City, because that's what he's implemented. But they can't even defend. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a tricky one. I'm just happy in it because I received a lot of slander from Arsenal, man, the minute. And slowly, the season has come together. You get me? We're in the top 4. We've got a game in hand. We win that year. What? We're 2 points off the top. Are you telling me United are not in the title challenge, innit? And Arsenal out here, they're in a relegation battle. Do you know, bruv? In 2020.
Do you know what? Do you know what's mad about this season though? Because I was looking today, and it's like Villa were right up in the mix. You know, top of the league for a while,
Mm-hmm.
But they're only like 3 points off, and they're like 2 places below us or something. So the difference between the top and like 10th place is about 4 points. You know what I mean?
He's got the rave tunes. Yo,
He's playing.
It's not me.
Yo,
Man,
someone
he's not
fess
you.
up in it. Who is
Nah,
it?
It's
It's not me.
It's like it's Prime. Prime's out here trying to lotion someone, isn't it? You trying to lotion, cuz? Yo, man, trying to
Let's go,
lotion
Prime.
someone, you know?
Let's go, Prime, man, innit? My guy, Prime. Do your thing, fam. Do your thing, fam.
Yo, sweet boy Prime, yeah, don't know.
Move on.
You know them ones where you want to record a voice note for, innit? You just play them nice tunes, yo.
That song matches the wallpaper as well. You get me? It's like a video shoot.
Yeah, let's move on. Arsenal, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
Right, Rashid says, can United go past a semi-final? I don't know if that means any semi-final or
so
like
what we got in the
one.
we've got the what's the cup? The Carabao Cup now next.
Yeah.
What's that? What round's that?
I have no idea.
They were going at the
Early
fourth round,
days.
isn't it? Is it the
Anybody
fourth
know
round?
We
what
beat
round
Luton
it
and
is?
somebody else, didn't it? Did we not? So it's like the
We've
fifth
got
round.
Everton, haven't they? They've got Everton.
Yeah, Everton
Might
quarterfinals.
be
Is it a
quarterfinals.
quarter-final?
Quarterfinals.
Yo, then the way United are playing, of course they can, innit? Do you know what I mean? In my opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's a new season. People are laughing and all like that, but it's not like last season. And Jan's just pointed it out. Look, man, Villa were up the top, Leicester were up the top at one point. Yo, now Spurs are top of the league. Nobody's seen that coming, and that's how it works, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Despite
Yo,
the ineptitude of our manager, like we still definitely have the players to get past the semi-final, innit? Regardless of what Ollie's doing, like the players can take us past the semi-final. So absolutely we can make it to a final, innit?
Listen, yeah. Let me bring some energy over here. I'm going to transfer some energy from a show I watched yesterday, innit?
Yeah.
You see, I watched Rance, Flawless, Avellino, Said, yeah. And listen, yeah, the energy on that show, yeah, got me gassed. I was throwing gum fingers in the air, cuz. You get me? Listen, you see Pogba, yeah? Best defensive midfielder in the league, and he's not even a DM, yeah? Listen, the only thing I'm going to question, yeah, you see, Said tried to throw, Harry Maguire, top 10 centre-backs, like, you got to chill there, cuz. You got to chill. We're not that excited, yeah? But listen, you get me? Rashford, elite. You get me? Martial, elite. Bruno, elite. Different. Fred, everyone is elite, cuz. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah? You see United, yeah? There's no one in this league we can't beat, you know? There is no one. There is no one. Get me? Our manager might be dead, Ollie out, always and forever.
Yes.
But we've got the players. We've got the players here. Listen, you see that semi-final? You think, listen, let's just put it like this. You think Bruno's going to go to another semi-final and not get to the and lose, bruv?
Yeah, he's not. He's
Bruno's
not
going to
having
do that.
Nah, he's not having it.
He's not having it. Listen,
Bruno said to Rashford yesterday, I think it was on Instagram, he tagged him in it. He was like, yo, if you ever miss a chance like that again, yeah, you know what's going to happen in it. And I'm like,
that's the manager. That's the manager.
He's the manager. That's what I'm saying. Player manager in it. Energy, fam. Like, he needs that armband in it because despite Ollie trying to mess things up for us, Bruno's trying to make things work, innit? Man's out here telling the manager to make subs and shit like that. You get me? Like, we definitely can make it to a final like that. I think that's light work, innit? Ollie will try and mess us up, but we definitely can make it to a final.
Yeah, and we've got the firepower to bang. Simple. Look at the squad, man. Look at the squad. Look at the squad. The bench is looking firing. Either way, it doesn't matter. On the pitch.
Yo, you know what? Yeah, bring back Dan James as well, cuz.
I mean,
wait.
No.
I tried it. No, wait, I tried it. I tried it. I apologize.
Well, complete side note. You see how Prime ducked out, man. He ducked out to chat to that girl. Shout out to Prime. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was his ringtone, innit?
Yeah, that was his
ringtone.
My dirty Prime out here, dude.
No, but you see, Bruno, let's just on Bruno for a second, yeah? Like, what he's done, yeah? Have we heard anything about Maguire? Not even as a captain. No one talks about Maguire. No one says nothing about Maguire. It's like the spotlight is on Bruno. He's Manchester United's captain. low key. And our captain at the back is just there. And like, how can you have a captain and we've forgotten about him? Literally, I've not heard nothing to do with Maguire in like 2-3 months, bro.
There you
Because
go. And
Bruno's stealing the show.
And this is how you know Ollie's a coward, you get me? Because, you should have just give the armband to Bruno. Nah, in fact, you should have give the armband to Bruno and took it off Maguire, innit? Like, yeah, Maguire's not going to like that, but your captain is there, innit? Like, he's risen up and he's took the armband. You just need to give it to him, innit? Instead of being a coward and just ducking out from decisions all the time, man.
Here's the thing, though, with Bruno, do you think giving him the captaincy, I don't think that changes what he does. I think he still continues to do captaincy things in it. Like, we already calling him the player manager anyway. So that's why I don't put too much on it. Because I don't think it would stop Bruno or encourage Bruno from doing what he is doing. I think Bruno would do that regardless.
It's a statement of statement of intent, man. It's
nothing for a statement of intent from Ollie, fam. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on, that's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask, fam. Come on now, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
True,
That's a
You
lot.
know what? If Ollie is here at the end of the season and we win the league and Champions League, innit, and the FA Cup,
Right.
So obviously Ollie can stay for the end of the season if he brings in the treble, and then he can start the season. I want to see Bruno captain next season. He has to. You can't leave Maguire as captain, bruv. I'm still not over that whole red card issue with Martial. Man just stood there like
facts. Yeah, me too.
I'm not over that, you know. That's not a captain. Like, Bruno is literally he's carrying his club on his back, and that's something we wanted Maguire to do. Do you know what I mean? We wanted Maguire to come in, solidify that defense, and literally carry us, innit? I'm not saying score goals, assist, but you know the impact that Rio had when he came in, when he comes in, the impact that Vidic had when he's on the pitch, that kind of impact. But Bruno is that player, bruv. He is that player. He needs to be given that armband, bruv. But like you said, innit, even if he doesn't get it, it doesn't change anything. But like Top said, it just shows like, okay, it's intent, and it just shows that you're on ball, you're serious, you know what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Because the whole world sees Bruno as the captain. Why don't you?
Yeah. Because that's just typical Ollie. Like, the whole world could see he needed to take off Fred, and he didn't. Like, this is regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing shocks me anymore. Everyone in the world could see Fred needed to come off, apart from the one guy who could make the decision. Everybody unanimously could see, take off Fred in it. And this guy were point blank. And even after he's made the mistake, he turns around and goes, maybe it was a mistake to leave him up. Maybe, like, it's up for debate.
Listen.
What is the debate? Someone tell me what the debate is. Go on.
No, I was even gonna say, you're speaking about Fred there, yeah. There's so many things that Ollie does that just annoys me, I was on the train at work, innit, and I read basically Ollie. I don't know if it's true though, but basically Ollie was saying that Fred, the reason why he dropped Fred was because of height. He tried to do Jose thing, bruv, and said man was too short to play this game.
Oh, against West Ham.
Yeah,
because West Ham are a big team.
But that's come on, man.
Do you know what I mean? I genuinely just thought he dropped him because he was vexed at him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you dropped him because you're vexed at him, I get that. But to come out and say that man's basically too short to play against West Ham, that's you can't come out and say that, man.
If Fred was playing, if he was, do you know what I mean? That game we went behind, but I think we'd have scored within that first half, in my opinion. Matt Tominay, wow. I don't know.
He went missing.
Nah, here's the thing.
Went missing.
United, like, someone, I think it was on the Saeed stream, and I think it might have been Saeed who called United like Moments FC, and like I was cracking up, and it's like literally that's what we are. Like, we just play in moments, and in any moment switch and blow teams away. I watched that West Ham game. We were terrible, and then something clicked. That Pogba goal went in, and then for 15 minutes we just destroyed him and won the game. That's what we do, innit? We just rely on moments in that. So imagine if we did have a manager who was of a certain caliber, what he could get out of this team with any form of consistency in that. With them 3 goals, I've not seen 3 better goals in a game than those 3 goals. Them 3 goals were incredible.
And you know what made it even better? When them man then booed. You know what I mean? When everyone took the knee and then booed, and Pogba just licked that shot in, and you just went like cupped his ear. 3 dark assassins just went, yeah, what? What it you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was cold, that. And then I just thought that was a worldie. That. Do you think the ball went out though? That's what I wanted to ask. Do you think the ball went out?
I don't really care.
I don't know, and I don't care.
But it was the bullet. I don't care if it went out, but Who cares,
Fucking
man?
West Ham, hear me? It's
You
fucking
get me,
hell.
bruv. Who
It's
cares?
West Ham, yo. They cost us the league
It did
title.
go
like,
out, but who cares, man?
fucking
No, I don't know. You know, 'cause
Yo, it defo went out, but yo, them man booed, yeah, when we kneeling for Black Lives Matter in it. So it's like, yo, the karma just works that way, innit?
and the
That's
Millwall
what
fans
that
as
is.
well,
The
innit?
West Ham, wait, the West Ham fans booed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they booed as
Yeah,
well.
they booed from.
You know,
We're
West
talking
Ham and
about
Millwall, they're
Millwall
just trash anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the West Ham fans booed.
They did from.
You know what
That's
that
that
is,
karma,
though?
innit?
Do you know what
Yeah,
it is
calm
though?
down.
A lot
Go on,
of
Jan.
these fans, like, they're just buying into this idea that it's like a Marxist political statement, and some people think that there's no politics in football, which it's all political. Life is political, but they see it like it's separate in it. But it's like, at the end of the day, from a footballer's point of view, they're kneeling in support of either themselves as a black person, other black people, or their colleagues who are black. They're not kneeling to support Black Lives Matter as an organization. That's not the whole point. So there's no point in booing, I don't know, like your football team for kneeling, because it's not that deep to them. It's just literally like, we want to show solidarity, you know what I mean, for black people. It's not
Yo, these man are just
organization.
racist, innit? Like these
Exactly.
man are just racist, yo, and that's all it comes down to, innit? Like, because there's politics in football, there always has been. You get me,
Exactly.
like. So I don't want to hear that now. Now it's an issue. Now you get me. It's like, you man are just racist, and it is
Yeah.
what it is.
You know what made me laugh about it, though? You know what made me laugh about it? Because you have got the movement, but they also took the kneel for the rainbow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's this took the knee. So I just thought, what was the point? You get me? So the first game I seen, it was Millwall in it against Derby, and I just thought, what's the point? I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? You need to get a life, man. Like, people are different cultures, color, gender, whatever you want to call it. Yo, you just crack on with it, innit? You got a home game against United. You're I think was they the first Premier League team to have fans in that yesterday?
No, who played on Friday?
No, they didn't.
Oh no, that got postponed. Yeah, it would have been the first, innit? No,
Chelsea
someone played
play
before us though.
Did Chelsea
Yeah,
play
but
before United?
it wasn't in London, so they weren't allowed fans.
Yeah.
What's
Oh
nuts
yeah,
about-
so it would've-
What's nuts about West Ham fans booing that as well is that they have black players in it. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like some
yo,
of your best players are black. Like, that's the wild thing in that. It's not like you're an all white team in that. So, but hey, racism in it is like, you can't expect logic from racists. You feel me? It's just hella stupid, hella stupidity in that. Yeah, facts. Hey, Yan City, you're in charge of the comments in it, so you can cover it.
Oh my god, you could have told me before.
But I'm telling you now
Okay.
in it. Now you know in it. It's your
All
show
right.
now in it.
Sorry,
Top left and
people.
that.
Yeah, it's
All
my
right.
show.
Yeah, it's top left and that. All right, let's go.
My show. Like, 1 minute. Give me a sec. Yeah,
go
Gangster
on,
Clip says it. This is my show now.
Don't know.
It has
Alright,
been
alright.
since I hijacked it.
Did you see Jan do this? This is my show. Like KDB, then this is me.
Yeah,
This.
serious. You trying to stick it top left like Tom? You get me like KDB. Go on, then get to the next question
Yeah.
and that.
Big up everyone that's saying big up, by the way. 1 sec.
Yo, this ain't no Yan City shout out show. You know, they said big up everyone.
See
We
if
say
there's any-
big up. You know.
We're gonna
Look
get
at
to the
flawless
questions,
and
yeah.
jealous.
And feel hating, innit?
Yes,
Gangster
definitely. I
Clip
am
says,
hating.
Jan,
Yes, I
I'll
am
answer
hating.
this because it's my show, innit?
All right,
Am
go
I
on.
confident as a result for the derby next Saturday? Do you know what? I would love to say, yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna win. We're better than United, but I'm not confident, and I'm really not. Do you know what it is? It's simply because someone said it the other day on Twitter, and it's really true. They basically said that Man City are a team who need 500 chances to score one. Man United are a team who will get 3 goals from 2 chances, and that's literally how it is. So I
because we're
expect
elite. That's
City-
why, innit? And you lot got the ginger Mark Albrighton. That's why. That's how it
Yeah.
works. You get what I'm saying?
You
And
know
that,
what?
me?
Yeah,
Kevin De Bruyne
no
and ginger
De Bruyne
Mark
slander,
Albrighton.
innit?
You know what I'm saying?
No De
So
Bruyne
this man-
slander. No De Bruyne
more
slander.
crosses than the Pope,
Because
yo.
you
You
don't
get
want
me?
me to get disrespectful. So don't be
Yo, you took over
disrespectful.
my show. You've already been disrespectful. The girl took over my show and that. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
Now,
You
go
know
on.
what? I'm just happy, man, because 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Yam was confident of the win, but now she ain't because she knows Greenwood, Rashford, Bruno, Pogba, Wan-Bissaka.
I'm not scared.
Should I keep him going?
I'm not scared of United, as in the team,
You're
because
scared, man.
we're better than Man United.
You're shook.
But whether we win or not,
you're not better than us, though. You're not. You're actually not better than us. Where are you in the league, though? Where are you in the league? Answer the question. Answer the question. No, answer the question. No, but answer the question, though.
Right now, we're below you, but we will finish above you.
You're saying that with your chest?
I am saying that with my chest.
Go on, yeah.
Cool. You man heard it here first, yeah?
You're saying that with both titties, man. I rate it. You know what I mean?
The last time you finished above us, yeah, was what, 2013? Look.
Listen, don't bring up the past. I ain't talking about yesterday. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about now. You get me?
I'm talking about. Okay. Well, I'm telling you that we will finish above you. So
you're telling me.
Know that from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but it don't. The thing is with derbies are derbies, isn't it? It's not. They say form goes out the window. Like
Ollie's got Pep's number
better than
in
Man
it.
United in 2007.
I
wouldn't say we were better than you then. But we beat home and away.
Speed though, you get me.
What about the home record for United? United are not good at home. Still not confident.
Listen, it's City.
You know
We've got this.
You know what it is? When David Silva's in the squad, he loves Old Trafford, innit?
But is David Silva even in your team? Is he even at Manchester?
He's in the squad no more. But I'm just saying, yeah. I'm not going out there saying we're gonna win. I'm just saying we will finish above you in the table.
You're
it's
shook,
a marathon, not a sprint. If it's a sprint, yeah, you can be top of the league in December if you want. We need to be top in May or above you in May, which we will be because we are.
I got a question for you, Jan. Does Ollie have Pep's number in it? That's what I want to know.
Do you know what? Yeah, to be honest,
you know what? Yeah,
Ollie's his bogey manager in it. That's what that is.
Yeah. Like it's because he plays the football that we struggle against, isn't it? We struggle against that kind of football, and that's what you lot play. So right now, if you came to City and thought we can batter them, then you'd play different football and we'd probably beat you. You come here thinking we ain't going to beat this side. Let's get the best out of the game, and you end up beating us based off that. But it's cool, man, innit? Because it's at the end of the season is where you want to be finishing above us.
Listen,
imagine Ollie being your bogey manager, That's deep,
What managers,
Ollie, fam. That's why Pep's a fraud, innit?
Ollie innit?
You said it.
You'll beat us in the derby, and then you'll finish below us. It's cool.
Yeah. But back to AV8's point when he spoke about United's home record. What will happen though is we'll play like the away team at Old Trafford. We'll just give City the ball. Give City the ball and say,
we'll have the ball whether you give it us or not.
But take it. We'll come at you 3 times and score 4 goals.
You're acting like you'll play. Look.
Take
we'll make mistakes
and
you'll capitalize on our mistakes in it. That's what it is.
That's my whole point is we're better without the ball. So City having the ball is what I want to see. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you're good against us. That's why.
This is one of the games where this is one of the games where having no fans is actually going to be a help, because if it was at OT and there was fans, and the fans would be urging us on. If we go toe to toe with you lot, all jokes aside, we can beat. You know what I'm saying? So
I know Florence giving out the sermon, man, innit? The Holy Spirit.
You can take the ball, you can have the ball, take all the balls home. I don't care. We're gonna win. You know what? Yeah, we even chucking a cheeky. Actually, no cheeky goal for you.
You know what? Yeah, can I just say, right? Because I haven't come in here saying we're gonna win. I just said we're gonna finish above you. Yeah,
come with energy.
If you lose, I want to see you on this show. If you lose,
I'm working, innit? I'm working.
Show. I'm
working personally.
Cancel your shift. I want to see you.
Listen, I'm working, innit?
I just want one sec just before you go, Prime. I love how Yan City just offering invites. You really took over the show. Go on, Prime. Say what you're saying.
As a neutral, I think United will finish above City.
Yo, where's the bombs?
It is a possibility.
Yeah, anything's possible in the league, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Prime, let me ask you, what's your predicted at this moment in time? Actually in order if you can.
Currently.
Your top 4. No, your top 4. What's your predicted top 4?
What, currently or at the start of the season?
Currently. Currently, right now. Speaking right now. I'm just asking because you said you
Spurs,
reckon United finish above
Spurs,
City.
Chelsea, Liverpool.
I can't even take it seriously anymore. He said
No.
Chelsea first anyway. But carry
No,
on.
no. I said Spurs first.
Oh,
He said-
I
he
thought you
said-
said Chelsea.
No,
I didn't
no,
hear
no.
Spurs.
Spurs,
Man,
Chelsea,
Man,
Liverpool.
I forgot they're a football team, man.
He said Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, United.
United.
No, he said-
I think United. Yeah, I think they
Okay.
because with Pep, it's just weird. I don't have that much trust in him. But then again, what I'm saying is wild.
It's
And
not wild, no.
City should finish above United.
But they won't.
It's not wild, man. Not with this league how it's going at the moment, man. It's like flipping. I don't know, man. It's
Hey,
like,
Arsenal are in a relegation fight. You never know what could happen. You get what I'm saying?
yo,
That
you know what I
legit
mean?
is-
Leapfrog.
Like we called, you get me, Arteta the Papa Pulis and that, but they might have to go get the real Tony Pulis. You get what I'm saying? Go get the
But-
legitimate.
Nah, but even in a normal season, Arsenal would still be in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
No,
us. And do you know what?
No, they've been declining like this for years.
They have
Because
been
they win an
declining.
because they win an FA Cup,
Yeah.
everyone seems to forget about it. They've been declining like this for years.
They have been going down. I just don't remember them being 16th in December. Like I just slipped my mind.
I
I've never
don't.
seen that.
Do you know what? I wanted.
I've never seen them be 16th in December. You know what I'm saying? They're having 6 points against Brighton and that. You know what I'm saying? Relegation matches.
But you know what? It's like Prime said though, and I think JV's mentioned it as well, innit? Like JV8, sorry. With the league, yeah, it's just so open. It's just so weird at the moment. Because I remember this time last season, I swear we were like 14th,
Yeah, man.
but then we
That's what
ended
I
up in the
remember.
top 3. So do you know what I mean? Anything can happen. Yeah, like if you want to be serious in it, serious about it, anything can happen. But the two things that I'm 100% sure of, yeah, is that United will finish above City, and Arsenal won't make top 6.
Well, this league is not like, this is what I'm saying. Like, one result can change everything. If you do get beat by City and everyone around you wins, you're probably back into the, maybe 8th, 9th position, like maybe even 10th, who knows?
Win our game in
That's
hand
how
and
the
then we're back
season's
up.
going. Like, it's mad. But I don't know. Like, the last time Man United finished above us in it was a long time ago. So it might happen.
Yes, yeah.
Who knows? But I was
Yeah,
at uni
funny.
them times, long time ago. It's one of them things.
Wow, are you taking
Not
that
long
disrespect?
after Aguero.
Are you taking that
That was the
disrespect?
last time.
Listen,
She's
listen.
treating
If
you
she,
like your
Andy,
ass.
you haven't got
no, but look, she's
No,
she's,
you
bring,
can't
she's
send
bringing
me
up the
to City.
no,
Nah,
she's
nah,
bring.
'cause I'm too
No.
nice, you know what I mean?
You're
I'm
bringing
too
up the
nice
past,
to
innit?
United.
If you wanna bring up the past, yeah. If
What's
you want to
this?
bring up the past, I can drag in the trophy cabinet.
We're
for
not
you,
even
innit?
bringing up the past. We're
No,
not even
but
bringing
you
up the
are.
past.
When
We
was the last
finished-
time United finished above
above
City?
you.
I'm
We
not talking
finished
about
above
when the
you
last
this
time
year.
United above the
We ain't
Hey, one at a
talking about
time.
no past.
No.
If you want to talk about
One
the
at a
last
time.
time you finished above us, that's
True.
when we're talking about the past. We're talking about right now. Where did you finish last season? Below City, and the
True.
last 7 years before that. That's what we're talking about.
True.
So it's not
No,
about
I'm-
past.
I'm-
This is
I'm
about
t-
present. You're talking about the future. We're talking about present. And
I'm
we're
talking about
also
present. I'm
talking
talking
a
about
little bit
now.
past. If you want to go way back into the past to where
Nah,
you finished above us,
listen.
then you can do that.
I'm just
You
bringing
feel
up the league
attention
table.
here,
innit?
I like this.
No. She's trying to draw me out, innit? She's trying to draw me out. I'm not gonna
You
let
know
it
what?
happen.
I'm not even trying to draw you out yet, but I just think Pep and City get too much disrespect. Like, yeah, okay, if you beat City, you go into the top 2 or whatever it is. But if
Bro,
we
when
beat
did we
you,
drop out of the
it's the
top 4?
same thing. You're a point above us. You're not 7 points above us. If you beat us, it's 4 points. That means if you lose one game, we're back right behind you. It's not even losing to Man United at that point is not like, oh God, we're out of the title race. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Jan.
It's close at the moment.
Never mind.
So it's close. If you play
No.
Chelsea, you both can't win. Someone's got to win, innit?
Go on, Jan.
No, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not
Jan,
going to say that
this
because
derby better be like Jan's energy, Star. Manny, This
See?
better be a back and
See, you
forth.
know what?
yo.
I'm glad
no,
you
it is
see
a back
this,
and forth.
'cause
But United not even
wait.
in the top 4 anymore.
I just want to say, you see the Yan City that you lot are seeing here. Let me point out and that. That's who I get on the phone when we talk off air and that. So I'm glad you lot are seeing what she's really liking it. See, that energy is the type of, and I've been waiting for this on the show and that. I've been waiting for this Yan City to turn up. I've known her a long time. You know what I'm saying? She tries to come and be all pretty, prim and proper on the show and that. You see how she's been going on. This is what she's like.
Nah,
tonight,
I'm
you know what I'm
sorry. You
saying?
can't be disrespecting my team, man. Like they don't deserve it. So
Yeah, you
it's
do.
a no
You
from
definitely
me. And
deserve
You're
it.
below us, innit?
They
Right
don't
now.
deserve
Currently,
shit.
presently,
Right, moving
you're
on.
below.
We need to get to some of the comments. Yo, Jesus Christ, yo, you lot.
Sorry, man. I do apologize, Flawless, man. I do
Nah,
apologize.
it's common. It's all good for the show, man, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? The people like it, you know what I'm saying? So, but they complaining about us missing comments in it. But I don't know what comment we was up to. Where was we at, Yan City? Talk to me.
Way up, because like it's hard.
All right, we'll run through this. We'll run through some of this quick in it. Right, you're not even asking questions. You just asking questions. Like really, not. Nope. I just literally
No,
gone
One
to the
minute,
top.
let me
Like,
find
Haley was
the
asking about
question. Let me find
Linden,
the
and he put
question.
on a masterclass
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
someone asked. Wait, one sec. Someone asked me about the boxing bout that was on yesterday. Not Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. The reason why I didn't watch it, when it comes to like domestic boxing, I don't really watch it in it. I literally only watch like the biggest fights. That's why the show's called Big Fights, Big Nights Only in it. Like I don't be watching domestic fights, etc. So that's why I didn't watch it. For someone who asked me in the comments.
Yo, just a quick one. Apparently, it wasn't actually West Ham fans that were booing, you know. Apparently,
Oh, it wasn't.
Declan Rice came out to say that West Ham fans went booing during the kneel.
But was there booing in the stadium?
I don't know. Ahmed, innit? Ahmed, I just scrolled up in it, and Ahmed said, "No,
Yeah.
that it weren't West Ham fans booing. It was just Mill."
Well, just basically at the start of the game, there was some noise. I was like, I'm not sure, but I was talking more the booing about Pogba. Do you know what I mean? That's what I meant to say. I didn't make it clear, but there was noise. There was definitely noise because the people were debating it, but more the booing with Pogba, and he just went like that. Do you know what I mean? And Millwall and West Ham, they're the rivals, aren't they? It's the same kind of territory. So yeah, I was kind of touching on that. But if they didn't, you know what? Fair enough. But there was definitely noise, 100%.
That's bullshit. They threw stones and they hid their hands in it. Like, yo, I watched the game, man. I heard y'all booing in it. The fuck out of here with that shit. They was booing, and now they're lying about it like they didn't. It's like I watched the game, fam. Stop it, innit?
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely heard noise that sounded like booing.
You heard booing, fam. Not noise. You heard booing.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. There was definitely
me personally. I muted the game innit. I was watching Rants and Saeed cover it while I was watching innit.
Right.
Because these commentaries are dead sometimes. I can't even lie, man.
I'm gonna start doing that. That's a good idea.
Well, I'm telling you, but YouTube is the way forward. You know.
What do you, and I know it's your show. What did you think of the fans being in the stadium? Though? What did anyone watch any of the games? Did they feel like there was any natural atmosphere? And did you think that it boosted the players?
Yeah, there's atmosphere. There's atmosphere. I like it, man. It felt normal again, innit? Like you could feel the atmosphere. Like for Pogba to cup his hand to his ear, obviously, like the fans were giving him stick, innit? So it's just back to that atmosphere, and yeah, it looked good, man.
Yeah, Son did the same when he scored. He went over and went like that. So it's good. I think fans being in the stadium's good. But I don't know if they still play the like crowd noise, don't they? Because it sounds very loud for the amount of people that are there.
Here's the thing. I think apparently I found this out. Fake crowd noise has always been a thing that's been played.
Right.
Stadium. It's used, I think, for the home side to kind of like give a boost to the fans and stuff like that. So it's a thing that's always played. Don't know why.
I just remember Spurs doing it, man. They used to bang it out at White Hart Lane, boy, with that fake crowd noise. That's all I can remember. I don't know of anyone else. I've not heard of anyone else.
I think Liverpool do it a lot, particularly on Champions League nights, which helps with the whole atmosphere thing Liverpool have.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right, now I just was wondering because I was looking and I thought, right, is it 2,000 at the moment? And then when do they make it bigger? When's the capacity going up to 6? I've heard it's from 2 to 6. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, it's weird though because I think West Ham was 2,000, but then there was another game that was 4,000, and I was thinking, why is it different elsewhere? Whereas West Ham probably have one of the biggest stadiums in terms of capacity in London, anyway.
I think it's due to the tiers. If you're tier 1, you can have more.
Right.
West Ham's in tier 2, Manchester's in tier 3. So Liverpool will have the same as West Ham because they're in Merseyside. It's tier 2. So yeah, I think tier 1, the places that are tier 1, they can have more fans. So
okay.
Well, but when I know what you're saying, but what I was saying is after if you're tier 1, let's say with tier 1, how many? How I was wondering how many more. I don't know. That's why I'm putting it out there. Just how many fans? Because I think you're talking. I think Reading had 4,000. I think the Reading game had 4,000. Reading versus Nottingham Forest. But then even if they are in tier 1, you'd think they would have allowed more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't. I just wondering how it works. Because
they might do it in sections, but I know they have said. I know they've said with the fans that you have to live in that area. So if your season ticket is registered to like London, but you want to go watch Man United, you won't be able to because it's crossing into different areas. Yeah. So I don't know if, obviously the smaller clubs, they're more likely to have fans that live right, close to the ground than the bigger clubs. So I don't know how it will work eventually. It'd be nice to see, a lot of City fans that I know of personally are saying they're not going back till everyone can go back. But obviously people will still take up the opportunity. So I don't know. It's just match day is more than just the game. A lot of people, it's going to the pub with your mates, having a laugh. If you sat there on your own in the stadium, to a lot of people, that's not football. So they won't really be that interested in going back. Personally, I'd go because, me and my dad go anyway. I don't go pub before. I don't go pub after. So it's just a case of, it wouldn't really, apart from singing, apparently you're not allowed to sing. Nothing else would really change.
For singing, though.
Yeah, I think, I'm assuming that, because I've heard them singing like today and stuff. So I'm assuming they're not going to tell you can't come back. They did say originally you couldn't sing, you weren't allowed to clap, but that's unrealistic. Like, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, because when I was looking around the grounds, so Spurs, they had the top tier filled out. I don't know about Chelsea. I don't know what tier. And then was it West Ham was like the middle tier or maybe the bottom? I can't even remember. So I just was wondering. That's it. I don't want to bore anybody anymore, but you know what I mean, innit?
No one's asking any questions. Get your questions in. People are just talking about what we're talking about.
Everyone's kicking. Well, not kicking off. Everyone's debating whether the West Ham said something or not. That's what it is. It's a tough one. Of course, people are going to defend themselves and say they didn't hear anything. But there was definitely. I'm definitely not deaf. I heard something. I was just like, okay, if that's how you're going on, it's ridiculous. But what my point was, it's not just the Black Lives Matter. They had the rainbow colours. They're wearing the laces, so you're booing that as well. So
it's me personally. I just don't see. Even if I didn't agree with the whole movement, why are you going to boo it? Like, that to me just makes no sense. If I wasn't bothered about, them promoting the gay rights, I wouldn't boo it because I don't agree with it. I'd just probably say, I don't really think they should be having coloured laces or whatever it is. So I just don't understand why. And if they are booing it, they must know that that comes across as racist. They must know that that's going to be taken in that way, regardless of what they're booing it for. Do you know what I mean? So I don't get that. Oh, someone's asked a question now.
This is why I like jumping in the comments, man. These men are having. I love debating in the comments, man.
What are you saying?
Why are Arsenal so dead?
Everything about them, you know what I mean? And they basically united without. That's what Arsenal have.
It's because of Arteta. Sack Arteta, things will change.
It's Arteta, but also they don't have the quality in that. They are literally Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? We hate our owners. They hate their owners. We hate Ed Woodward. They hate their version of Ed Woodward. Some of them don't like their manager. We don't like our manager. The difference is we have clutch players. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that.
At least the signings your board and stuff has made, some of them have worked out. How many of Arsenal signings have actually worked out?
But in
Aubameyang's worked out, definitely.
And what is he doing now? He's the most expensive left wing back in the world.
But that's on point, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the rest of the team. He's been their player of the season so far. He's been the best left wing back in the country. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you see that question? Jeremiah said, if Manny flawless, if Ole wins the treble, would you still be Ole out?
Of course not. If he wins the treble, of course not. If he wins a treble, of course I wouldn't be. But he's not winning no treble, so I don't understand the
What
hypothetical.
treble is it? That's what I want to know.
If he wins a treble,
Any treble. If he wins the FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League, of course I wouldn't be Ollie out.
Europa League.
We're
Like in the
the
Europa
Champions
League,
League, baby.
Sorry.
You might have dreamed of the
winning
Europa.
the treble, guys. Come on
We
now.
ain't in the Europa. We ain't in the Europa League.
Hang on a minute, Jan.
All
We've
these
won the
City
treble
fans that
before you, and
well,
there's
not all these
significant
City
trebles.
fans.
The United can't
Listen,
win the
yeah,
treble.
listen, yeah.
No, one at a time. One
The
at a time,
Buffalo
people.
treble that you won a few years ago.
Listen,
Right,
we
that
did the
was
proper
like
treble.
one, mate.
City fans can't talk, man. We did the proper treble, man.
She
Yeah,
said,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm talking about. You
Oh,
did do the proper treble,
talking
but not under Ollie with that team.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, I hear that.
but nothing's impossible. So
Nothing's
yeah, what- wait,
impossible,
what
but
treble
that
did
doesn't
City
mean that
win?
it's going to happen.
Bro,
innit?
What treble
that's
you
how
talking
mad it
about?
is, yeah. Because I
Arsenal
remember
to win the treble doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah, what? No, wait. What treble are you talking about with City?
Well,
What City?
Liverpool won
What
the
treble did City
treble.
win?
Actually.
No, he's saying that you won a treble.
on.
I said not with this
Oh,
team.
right.
And when
Oh,
you
right,
did
right,
win
right.
a treble under, was it Jose? It was a backup treble, the Europa League.
Nah, we won a double under Jose.
No, it was a
Oh,
treble. He counted as a treble. But
oh,
What,
the
the
Community
Community
Shield,
Shield?
allow
City
it,
was
man.
No, wait a minute.
No, actually,
Allow
City
it, allow it, man.
City was counted as a quadruple because of the
Who's counting? Who's
Community
counting the
Shield.
Community Shield right now?
Yeah,
but
but you know what?
Yeah.
That's how you know.
That's what
That's
they did.
nuts. That is
But
nuts.
City are
That
not
is
respected,
dumb.
bro.
Stop.
No, they
Jose
called
said it
it
as
the
a joke, and you took it
quadruple because
seriously.
all the domestic competitions were won, but it was
Yeah.
a treble of trophies. That's what people were saying. But people have
Okay.
taken it as we were saying we won 4 trophies. That's not what they were saying. They were saying, even though Pep says in Spain they do call their version of Community Shield a trophy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, on a
that's why
Super
he
Cup.
says to him, he doesn't see why. But if in England everyone was saying it was a trophy, which to be fair, when they talk about what
Here's the trophy.
when they talk about what Alex Ferguson's won, they count that in his trophies. I'm not saying that it's
No.
a problem,
Yeah,
but that is what they do because they call it some people call it a trophy, some people don't. Us fans personally, I would say we won the domestic. We had a domestic sweep in it. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But I would say we won 3 trophies because it's a Community Shield, isn't it?
yeah, and just on
Yeah,
that
I
point
would
with
say.
Ferguson as well, yeah.
Mhm.
Like they would say he's won trophies, but then when they're talking about him in high esteem, yeah, they'll be like major trophies. Because you got
Yeah.
major trophies and then you got like just like trophies collectively, innit?
Yeah.
Facts.
So,
And this is
yeah.
exactly what I was talking about when we was talking. I think it was last week when we was talking about Poch. When I spoke about Mourinho, I said Mourinho's done at the top level. This is the same type of thing I'm talking about. Yes, there's lesser trophies, but the major trophies, which are your bread and the trophies that everyone looks at as how good a manager you are, is your domestic league and the Champions League. They're the 2 main trophies that count. You know what I'm saying? Of course, winning the FA Cups and League Cups and nice bonuses. You get what I'm saying? But no one's looking at FA Cups and League Cups and putting their managers in GOAT tier status in it. The reason why Pep and Klopp are looked at in such high self-esteem is because they've won domestic leagues and won Champions Leagues. That's why. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but the
I agree
FA
with
Cup,
you.
to be fair, let's face it, Carl, it was watched all over the world. It is a major cup. It is.
Yeah,
a
No,
was.
it's
It
watched.
was.
What I'm
It's
saying
not
is, I'm not
anymore.
saying no. What I'm saying is, all right.
The
Put it
League
this
Cup
way:
you
a
can
manager.
argue.
No, okay, all right. So what I would say is the FA Cup. You wouldn't get a manager winning the FA Cup and then he gets a big job of winning the FA Cup. It doesn't elevate you like that. Like for instance, say for instance,
Hang on a minute.
manager.
Martinez did.
What,
doesn't-
with
it didn't-
Everton?
That didn't elevate my. What top job did he get after that? I'm talking when I'm saying
So
the top
if
job.
the
I'm
FA
talking,
Cup
no.
don't stand for anything, yeah. And what I'm saying
I'm not
is,
saying it don't.
the
No.
treble
I'm not
don't
saying it
count
don't stand for anything. No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it don't count for anything. What I'm saying is winning the FA Cup by itself does not elevate you to a whole GOAT tier.
Yeah.
Mourinho, the reason why Mourinho's run started is because he won the Champions League. If he doesn't
That's it.
win the Champions League, he doesn't get the Chelsea job, and that doesn't start. You
But
know what I'm saying?
he did win the league with Porto though. So
Yeah, and adding that, but again,
Yeah.
we wouldn't. There's no other manager who's won the league in Portugal and then got picked up by a top club. It's not happened.
And I
Who
think
would go straight to a top club?
Yeah. And you know, with Martinez, yeah, I think the reason why Everton picked him up from Wigan at that time, yeah, was because of the football Wigan were playing. Because even though Wigan got relegated that season and won FA Cup, they were actually playing some decent football.
and the
But-
beat City as well.
Yeah, they beat City. That's the only reason why Everton went for him. Because like, okay, you're playing decent football. It's like a step up. It's like, for example, Poch with Southampton, innit? He started with Southampton. Okay, he didn't get relegated. He actually overachieved with them. He took the step up to Tottenham. I think that's just what I just think it was just a Everton. They'd lost obviously Moyes at the time, innit, to us, innit? So they were like trying to find someone.
Yeah, facts. And when I say that, I'm talking about elite jump. Martinez going from Wigan to Everton are not a top club challenging for major honours. When I say top club, I'm talking about a club who are looking to challenge for major honours. So you're talking United, City, Liverpool. You were put in that mix also, and that's what I'm talking about. Like
them jobs are few and far between, Carl. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's the whole point. That's my whole point. Is even though them jobs are few and far between, that's why it takes a lot to stand out from the crowd. A manager wouldn't come in, win a FA Cup, and then get a Liverpool or Manchester United or City or Barcelona or Real Madrid the job off winning just that trophy. But if they win a Premier League, they're in the conversation. If they win a Champions League, they're in a conversation.
Prime Lampard. Why do you think why was he picked up as a manager then? He didn't win anything major. I'm just asking a question because to me,
I'll answer. Once Prime's answered, I'll answer. We know why Lampard got it, but I'll answer. I put because Lampard's ex-Chelsea. That's why. If Lampard's not an ex-Chelsea player, he doesn't get that job.
So that's the trophies he's won in the past, right?
What's he won in the past? He hasn't won anything in the manager in the past, isn't it?
No, I'm talking about as a player. They believe in him. It's similar to like Arteta to me. That's what I'm.
No, that's all well and good. However, Frank does have a plan in place. He does have an idea. He may not be experienced, but he does know what he's doing in terms of having a plan and a vision. And yes, being a legend does help. But the fact that the board, the owner, Roman, like everyone is working in tandem and they're all backing him. With Arsenal, they're not doing that. Arteta isn't getting appropriately backed. He's not getting listened to because I'm sure he would love to have Ozil playing in the team, but for whatever all the political issues, he's not there. It's clearly not Arteta's decision to do, but because he can't play, he's been basically strung and hung out to dry. Whereas with Frank, at least being backed, if it doesn't work out and he fails, then you can 100% say that it's his fault. But at least we try to help you as much as we can.
I get what you're saying. And look at Chelsea, are a prime example. Obviously, there's exceptions to. I'm going to watch AFTV, Conrad. Salute to everyone. And it's AFTV and chill tonight. We all know that. But if you look at Chelsea are a prime example of a club who are looking to challenge for major trophies. There's exceptions to the rule. Look at the managers they picked up. There's very few. There's probably not more than 2 managers who haven't won a domestic league and or Champions League that they've had as manager or World Cup or something. Look at the list of managers.
Every manager they've had in the last 10 years has won something, hasn't it? I think
that's my point.
Frank is the only one that hasn't.
Maybe AVB.
Oh yeah, AVB. Yeah,
Ranieri didn't win. I don't think he won a league. He didn't win a league.
Ranieri was before Roman. We're talking about before Roman. We're talking about Roman's thing. So if you look at Scolari, you know this, Prime. You're a Chelsea fan. Who else? Conte.
No, Ranieri was there. No, Ranieri.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was a star. He was a star.
Yeah, but he didn't. What I'm saying is Roman didn't hire him though. He's not Roman didn't hire him. He was already there when he got there. Is what I'm talking about.
That's true.
Still got a load of money spent on him though.
Talk about what Jose did in his first season for Chelsea and everything. The foundations were set with Ranieri the season before, and for me, that is my expectation with Frank, that if he's here for 2 or 3 years, set the foundations so that the next manager can come in and take it forward, and it becomes a lot more easier to do rather than with Arsenal putting all your hopes on Arteta being this Jesus Christ savior. It's gonna work out.
You know what? The way you're talking about Frank is how I feel about Oli at United, though. Even though I don't like the football and all that, he is set. One thing I always give Oli credit for is he has set this up beautifully for the next manager to come in and do well, like with this squad. And I always give him credit for that. But then that's why I critique him more, because I'm like, you have better players and you are getting worse results. But he has set it up very nicely with this squad. This squad is very good, you know what I mean? And it's not that far away. And you added to it in the summer, and I already thought it was good before that. And you added to it very well. Look at the players that got added. The 3 players that got added were very good players. You know what I mean? Tellers, Donny, and Cavani. So I'm with it.
Do you know what? Yeah, I was like just coming off what Prime said, and I want to throw a question out there. It's probably going to be a bit wild, isn't it? But I wanted
Let's
to
go.
think about it. So you see, with Pep and Jose, yeah,
Mhm.
I think they've walked into teams that have basically been built up for them. Because if you look at Pep when he first joined City, who was it? Pellegrini was their manager before that,
Yeah.
and then what's his name? Is it Mancini or
Mancini.
what? Them two more or less built that team together. Do you know what I mean? And Pet's come in and he's add like a couple players because what he bought basically fullbacks in it, and John Stones, who didn't work out, keeper, then he had to really buy another keeper in it. I feel like the core of that team was really built for him. If you look at Jose now with Spurs, that team was built by Poch. Jose's added one or two additions to it. When he went to Chelsea as well, when he first went there, that team was already built. He brought in Drogba, Essien. Who else did he bring in? I think that's who he brought in it. Just Drogba and Essien in the first season, right?
You know what? That's Prime. Prime will know better than me.
Yeah,
I
Prime.
can't remember fully.
Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he brought in
Did he bring in
Drogba, he
Robin?
brought in Essien.
Did he bring in Robin as well?
No,
Yeah.
Robin was there.
Did he bring in Czech?
You might. Yeah, he brought in Czech. You might have a.
Yeah. And Carvalho as well.
I get what you
Carvalho.
mean.
So do you see what I'm getting? I'm getting.
I get what
Yeah.
you mean, but it also doesn't necessarily work like that, because it's kind of like saying you can bring in any manager and they could have replicated what they did. You still have to get them to suit the style and to execute the game plan and everything. It's not necessarily as simple as saying, well, the team was already there before he came in.
Who,
I get what
who,
you mean.
we talking about Jose.
Because the reason, because like when I say like, because like with you,
Sorry, Manny.
No,
go on.
go on,
He's
go on.
specifically talking about Jose or
no, like kind of like both of them ish in a way,
Yeah.
and more Jose, because the reason why I say is I was just thinking about Jose after what Prime said, innit? And obviously when he came to United, the job was completely different. It was basically he came to rebuild the team because our team wasn't great. LVG wasn't able to finish his job that he wanted to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Jose came in with a plan to try and rebuild, and he couldn't. But then he's gone to Spurs now, and obviously, like I said, when he first went Chelsea, and it's like I only need a couple man, because that team. Okay, if you look at the team now, yeah, what he brought in Doherty, that's starting.
Yeah.
Regulion, who starts.
Yeah.
Who else in that? Okay, and Højbjerg, innit? So he's brought in 3 players that have come in and like, okay.
Sorry, the Dutch kid as well, Bergwijn. You brought Bergwijn in.
Did he bring him in? Was he?
Yeah,
in
he brought Bergwijn in.
Well, he's not even starting though.
But he's brought him in.
But he's brought him in. Yeah, okay. So he's brought in those players, and it's like, if you look at his team now, it's like it's finished. It's like it was built, the foundations were set, and he's just put the roof on top of it. Like,
yeah. But again, it's like what Poch, and this is my thing I keep saying about what United fans about Poch. He can build a team. Allow me. He can build a team. I don't. It's kind of the same thing with Frank. I don't think he's the guy that can push you forward.
But the United job is the biggest job to take over. That's the difference between any of the other.
Even more pressure, because I don't think he has that winning mentality. Because while he was in Spurs, the fact that he didn't target a domestic cup in order to elevate his Spurs team even more.
And that's a black mark. But one thing I will say, if you put him in charge of this team we have currently, United top of this league. You put him in charge of the team that we have currently with the league, the way it's set up. Any decent manager, insert decent manager's name here, United are top of the league.
I think look
at the games we dropped. All right, we'll take Ancelotti as a prime example. If you put Ancelotti in front,
Bergwijn was
top of the league.
Ancelotti, that's different. Ancelotti's a proven winner.
True,
but Poch,
that's why I'm a fan.
If you're saying you'd be top now with Poch,
yes,
I cannot guarantee you'd win the league. I'm
not saying we guarantee we win the league, but we definitely have a better chance.
But in that Manny's point, then, so then anyone that walks into Chelsea can win the league because they're financially backed by now. Anyone should be able to win.
I think any quality operator can.
I've seen it over the years. Not every manager at Chelsea has gotten appropriately backed every season. I look at
The
Jose
players
came
already
in.
there, what Manny's saying.
What
Manny's
the
already
players-
said that the players already there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
trying to.
he's
That's
got-
why I'm
yeah,
like, I'm not decrediting Jose or whatever, but I'm trying to say like, obviously he's always gonna be an elite manager, but then if you look at it deep, yeah, he's not really the complete package. He's walked into teams, yeah, where okay, Porto, Inter Milan, obviously they did their thing in it, but walked into Real Madrid it was set. Walked into Chelsea at that time was set. It's walked into Spurs now, yeah, bruv, it was basically set. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, just needed fresh ideas. Like, can you really? Is he really gonna go down? He can't go down like what do you call it, Ferguson. The only manager that I think will ever go down here is in the same breath as Ferguson, which I hate to say it, yeah, is
Klopp.
probably Klopp.
Yeah, that I think
Nah, but you can't.
I think hang on, Prime. I think Klopp, the team that he's actually bought, you can see what he's built that Liverpool team. He's bought in players. He's been backed, but he's not had, even when you walk into United, you've got a big squad. That's what he's trying to say. I think what you're saying, in it, Manny. Like Pep walked into City, there's a squad.
Mm-hmm.
Any other manager that walks into Chelsea, there's a big squad. Even United, there's a big squad. You should be doing better. But Klopp, he came to that Liverpool team and he was decimated, man. You're man like mini laying net and all that.
No. But I get what you're saying, but I can't.
I'm not discrediting. I'm just like, you're going to talk about the greatest managers, and you know, Jose, Pep, and all them team would be there. But when you're talking about the greatest manager, yeah, it would be Ferguson. But I think Klopp here is probably the only one that I can see being in the same category as Ferguson. As much as you take away the whole, it's Liverpool and that no manager can be as great as Alex Ferguson. I see Klopp here and I see Ferguson 2.0. I can't lie. I can't lie. That's for me personally. Do you know what I mean? And I just think like you have Jose and them man will go down as like top managers, innit? But like it wasn't once upon a time we're calling Jose.
I respect you, but Jose, Klopp's not better than Jose.
No, we're not saying Klopp's better than Jose.
He's
What
not
we're saying,
saying
I
that.
get what Manny's saying in terms of Klopp is on his way of going into that conversation. I think Mourinho was there like a few years ago. 10 years ago, Mourinho was also en route into going into that type of conversation, and then he fell off. I think Pep, I don't think he's fallen off, but Pep is one of those. He can still rekindle it and go into that route as well, and go into that GOAT tier, Mount Rushmore type conversation. If he wins a couple more Champions Leagues and some more leagues, he's in the conversation. Klopp's the same. Mourinho can bring you back as well, innit?
Manny, I think what the point you're trying to make, I think it's more so for Pep than it is for Jose. Because Pep at City, the foundations were already there, even more so, and there wasn't necessarily much that he did. He went to Bayern. They had won a treble the season beforehand. So again, you could arguably say that he regressed the team.
You need to start disrespecting Pep. Because
No. This is not actually no disrespect. No, this is not.
He went in and he won. Barcelona, finished third. Fair enough. It's not the worst.
No disrespect, Jan.
He went in and won 6, He's come to City. City's team were aging. Yes, we had our spine. But a top club doesn't lose the whole squad of players. A top club that's at the top, that's competing every season, you're not going to walk into a bag of rubbish players. The same way, if you got a manager now, they're not walking into a bad team. Man United have got a good team. So if they're successful, I wouldn't be sat here saying the manager's shit, he's overrated.
I didn't say he's shit.
That team.
I didn't say that.
It is what it is, isn't it? But
No,
the thing is, I get what you're saying about Klopp. Like, Klopp has come in, he's replaced pretty much every player. I think it's only James Milner that he's not replaced in terms of the squad that he had when he started. So he has completely transformed Liverpool. They have spent quite a bit of money, and they've not done it for free like people make out. Obviously, not as much as other managers, but they have spent money. They could see that they needed to replace their defense, which they pretty much did. You know, they needed some attacking players. They sorted that out, and the midfield was a little bit weak, so they've strengthened that. You know what I mean? And they've done Klopp has done a fantastic job, and obviously it's working. He's got a system there that works, and any player that comes in fits into the system. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I just think
I don't think you get what I'm trying to say, though.
Go on,
No,
Manny, last point on it. And then
I
we're
know
gonna-
what you're saying, but what the thing is, like, because Prime is arguing that, you know, Jose came in and, you know, he's a great manager because whatever. A lot of people's reason for Jose being such a great manager is that he won the Champions League with Porto. That's what most people's argument is. But the thing is, I don't think Pep should have to go and manage Burnley and win in the league to be in that conversation, because when he was mashing up Alex Ferguson in back-to-back finals or whatever it was for Barcelona, you guys as Man United fans were saying he's the best manager and he's the best, well, not better than Fergie, but the best manager to replace Fergie, and you wanted him, but all of a sudden now it's like I ate all that. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so but my question, but basically what I'm trying to get is like Pep has a rebuild to do right now, and it doesn't seem like he can do it.
But but the thing is, he's never had to rebuild. He started
exactly. That's my point.
But he started to rebuild City, and the players that he's brought in don't look bad. 23-year-old Diaz looks solid. Ferran Torres looks brilliant. So the players that
Bernardo Silva looks like a fraud.
He's not. The players that Pep's got wrong, actually, if you look at the players that haven't worked at City, a lot of them players that he's got wrong is people like Claudio Bravo. He knew him personally. He thought that, you know, he's so experienced. We need someone experienced. He got him in. It didn't work out. And then he got in, who was it? What's he called? The Spanish guy, the quite old guy that he got in the beginning. That
Nolito.
Yeah, no. It wasn't him.
No,
defender,
innit? I know you talk.
Like the players that he's got in that haven't worked are the older players. The younger players that Pep has brought in are quality players. Most of the younger players are quality players. So we can't sit here and say Pep can't rebuild when we don't know whether he can. What I've seen so far tells me that he might be able to, because the players that he's bringing in that are young look good. So if we get a team full of these sorts of players that he seems to be bringing in, then he will have rebuilt a team. You know, Fergie used to go out every season and buy the players that were the best at the time. He used to do that. So people acting like he just brought through.
Yo, just one thing.
Yo,
one sec. AVA, just one sec. Yo, Ram will send you. Actually, what? You don't want to carry on? Because I got a dip, but you don't want to keep going.
Yeah, you dip. Bye.
Fine. How cold he is and that. Yo, Prime.
Anyway, Jan.
Wait, one sec. Prime, you got the link to the show in it. Send it to Ram because he's asking for it. Like, if you don't want to keep going in it. But I have to. I got a dip. Yo, Jan, I hate you. But yeah, please make sure before I go in it, follow everyone on the panel. Bye, Jan. Please make sure you hit the like button, share it across all your socials, and subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Someone also asked, will we be doing a Gyardem versus Mandem show for the derby? Yes, we will be doing something. I'm a shout Jan when she's not busy and get something sorted. All right, but yeah, I'm out. Salute to you all.
Bless up, flawless man.
Right, see you later.
Go on, Jan. Sorry, go on.
No. Like, I know, like, I'm not saying it as a point of, you know, I'm just saying in general, like, when Pep does it, it's kind of seen as, oh yeah, he's bought a player. Of course he's going to buy players. All the top managers buy players. Do you know what I mean? Like, Madrid spend a lot of money. They get the best players in, and they boss it in Europe every year. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it should be a criticism, and this is why when I say it about Klopp, people think it's an attack. I'm not saying it's an attack. They went out and bought Van Dijk. He was very expensive, but he is what they needed, and it's the best thing they've ever done. People don't talk about transfer fees when your team are winning. It's only when they start losing that it comes into, you spent this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? So it's like Pogba. Pogba played well yesterday. I didn't hear one person say 90 mil. Do you know what I mean? Every other game when he ain't having that game, it's 90 mil this, 90 mil that. So, like, for me, I get where you're coming from. I know I'm not here to criticize Fergie, but it just annoys me how it's almost like Pep has to go to Burnley, get no money, and win the league for people to respect him. Whereas everyone else, every decent manager, including Fergie, came in, bought who he needed to be successful. And yes, he brought people through the youth. Yes, he did that. Do you know what I mean? But
I get what you're saying, but that was like, obviously, that's why I feel like there's beef going on between me and you currently in it. But I think you're getting it, taking it. What I'm trying to say is, like, Ferguson, greatest manager of all time, in it. Like, he's rebuilt his squad over and over again. Boom. Yeah.
Because he was there a long time, though. If he stayed for 4 years, if Fergie stayed for 4 years and then cut,
we'd be having a completely different conversation about Fergie right now. Because 4 years into his job, everyone wanted him out. Do you know what I mean? But he stayed and he did.
Well,
He
won a trophy,
persevered, and then he became successful. And then once he was settled in, almost like he's more closer to Wenger in terms of his longevity, innit? He stayed a long time.
Yeah.
Pep has never
But my
stayed
question
a long
really,
time.
like, I was
Yeah,
just basically what it was. It's not like I'm not disregarding them as
Yeah.
great managers because they are. They're Jose Pep, yeah, one of the greatest managers. You know what I mean? To have graced that I've seen personally in my time in it. But my question, where I was getting at was, you look at Klopp and you can see how he's rebuilt Liverpool from their foundation and taken them to Champions League and Premier Leagues. Ferguson has done the same. What I'm saying is, like, with Jose and Pep, yeah, can they do that? For me, yeah, and with Jose as well, I don't think he can, because when he had to come and do that for United, he couldn't get the job done. He's now walked in
No,
team.
you say come and do that for United. What Klopp, you also have to be given the backing and the trust and the faith by the board as well. Jose wasn't. He got the rug pulled out of him halfway through.
But so that's the
And he
difference.
gets
Then.
back at the time.
That's the difference, Prime. Because I don't want to be patronizing, but I'm a lot older. And United didn't have the money at the start. That's what Manny's saying. United didn't have the money. They didn't just buy players. He just that's what he's asking.
But I'm not talking about the money per se.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
Hang on a minute. Wait. But you're saying that they need the foundation and everything. Chelsea have got 150 players out on loan. So they bought a bag load of players. I'm not going to talk about City for now. That's what he's asking the question. Pep's gone from, he's already had Pep taken over. He had Ronaldinho in the team, and then he's gone to Bayern Munich. And it's not just United fans; loads of fans were saying. I said personally, I don't care whether Pep's gone in with a team already built. At the end of the day, he gets the best out of them players. That's the way I think. Even at City, it's the same thing. But we all know with the fans, Liverpool fans have said it about United and every. It's the same. That's the question about City, because City and Chelsea, they've had owners come in and buy them. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's questioning. I don't put Jose in the ranks of he's bought a load of players, but a lot of fans now, that's why they're being taken over by big owners. Look at Leicester, they won the league because they had the investment and the backing, and then they get a manager that wins the league, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So yeah. It's difficult to say. Personally, I think Pep's a top quality manager, and I'd have him at United any day of the week. And we had Jose, and to me, he won trophies. Doesn't matter if he didn't win the league. He got the best. He finished second, and it just didn't work out after that. That's just my opinion. But I do get what Manny's saying, but I also get what Jan's saying, and I also get what you're saying, Prime. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes down to managers like Arteta, people keep saying he's not being backed. I'm saying he is being backed because he's bought the players that he wanted. I just don't think he's got the experience. So Klopp has got the experience because he's come from Dortmund and he took a sabbatical. He's gone from Dortmund to Liverpool, and he when he was at Dortmund, he built that team, and he's doing that at Liverpool. So arguably, what Manny's saying to me, if he does do it, if he does do it, they're gonna say that he's probably better than Ferguson because look what he's done with the team. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Shit, the fuck was?
Oh, who's joined the group? Sorry, who's this? Who's the new guy?
It's Rams.
That's Rams.
Yeah. So the thing is, I'm not arguing against what anyone was saying. I was just saying in general, like it seems to be like it's kind of like if you can compare a manager, like it's like me comparing Pep to someone that's been there for 1 year. It's not fair. Pep's been here longer. So with Fergie is always going to be seen as the GOAT because of how long he was there and what he won when he was there. If Pep stays as long as Fergie, you know, there's going to probably be a debate there about who was better because based in that time, Pep is likely to win a bunch of stuff too. Same with Jose if he stayed at Chelsea and was still there now. maybe it would have been a different story. But obviously, Fergie is on a league of his own in terms of the league. If Klopp stays at Liverpool that long, they'll be the same thing. It'll be he came to Liverpool, he built him, and then he was successful for however many years. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is with Pep and Jose is they have been successful everywhere they've been.
Yeah,
so it's not.
agree.
So this is what I mean. Like they are successful managers, but like you get it. Like you're basically saying the difference between building and rebuilding. But you have to stay at a club for a certain amount of time to do that. So I can't say, oh, Pep can't. Well, people can't say Pep can't rebuild because we don't know if he can rebuild. Right now, it looks like that's what he's trying to do. So in 2 years' time, we can have this discussion again, and then it might be, okay, Pep can do it. Do you know what I mean? But right now, we don't really know. What I've seen looks promising so far. Do you know what I mean? Jose might stay at Spurs for 10 years. Who knows? And he might have to rebuild there. We don't know. But
To
for
me,
now, it's a little bit. It's kind of like they're in two different sections. So
to me, Pep's rebuilt. It's just a modern day of rebuilding.
yeah,
So when he had Ronaldinho, he had Messi, and then he built the team after that. He's rebuilt. So that's what I'm trying to say to fans that go, oh, but Ferguson did this or this person did this. To me, I'm like, no, but when Jose Mourinho's been sacked from Chelsea and gone on to other clubs and he's had to rebuild within that tenure. And that's the argument I was kind of debating. I get what Manny's saying, but it's difficult to compare managers when a king rules his kingdom. Look at this is what's happened to United. They've had a king for so long. Let's just say that he's gone, and then now everybody's like, well, why are they not winning? Well, they haven't got Ferguson. That's why they're not winning. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, go on anyway, Rams. I don't know what you was gonna say.
No, I was gonna talk about this. When you started talking about Pep and Ferguson and all that, I was like, I need to get on the show.
Go on.
Like, I always put respect on Pep, you know, like what he did for Barcelona, what that team that he had, the way they play football, the way they got him to play at his own team was just incredible. I get the whole idea that because he hasn't really he's rebuilt a team, like you said with Barcelona, but he hasn't really overhauled the team where they have to change completely everything about it. Say what Klopp did for Liverpool back in 2015, what Ferguson done back in the 90s, like that sort of stuff. That will always be that marker that people have on Pep, which personally I think is not nice on him, because the guy's like a designer for Louis Vuitton. Like he's the best of the best. Like he's not the kind of person that goes to smaller teams and rebuilds them. But it's like a little different art form, you know what I mean? Like I think you need to put some respect on that sort of managerial style. But in terms of the whole Ferguson, like where his tiering, look, Ferguson has his tier with the forefathers of like football, like your Arrigo Sarkis, your Michels, your Cruyffs, your them lot. Like he has his own little tier with them lot. But when these guys talked about Klopp and whether he could actually be in that mold, it's difficult, because what Klopp's done for both, not only for Liverpool, but what he did for Dortmund when they had that moment where they dethroned Bayern Munich. Like, if you ask a Dortmund fan how they felt, it was like it was a different feeling. Like it just felt so good for them. And what he did for not only those two clubs, but also what he done is for his local club Mainz as well was incredible. And it's a similar feeling that Ferguson had with United. Like you guys loved him as a man, and like the feeling of him, he was a United manager. He was your manager. He was like a representation of the club. And look, if Klopp continues this, I think for me he needs to do a treble or a double in 2 seasons. Then I think he'll be in that conversation. But we just have to hold a little bit of judgment on his.
So what if he wins the league this season? Just say, what if he does do it? Then what? Klopp, if he wins the league, does that put him in there? They're gonna say it because they've already arguing. The last season where I heard them talking about Klopp's better than Pep, and I was like, how? He's not even won 2 leagues.
Personally, no. He needs to win multiple trophies in a season. That's what the manager, the great manager, he's already done it with Dortmund. He's already won the double in 2012. But I think if he wins a double or a treble with Liverpool, then I think there is a massive case for him to be there. But for now, you have to be a little bit cautious about it.
The thing is, I see why people say Klopp may be better than Pep. I don't think he is. Like, if you told me which manager would you take right now, that's actually a very good question. Let me not answer that because I don't even know. But like, it's really hard and it's really close because there's differences. I don't know, you know.
But
I just feel like Pep is.
money.
Do you know what? Pep edges it just because of his CV. I have to say, Pep edges it because of his CV. But I think for what he's done with Liverpool, and it's like, for example, he's come into Liverpool. Yeah, he's had a plan. He wanted to, like, Pep came into City to win the Champions League, and he ain't even done it yet. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Klopp
not-
came in.
Yeah.
No?
Go on,
Yeah,
sorry.
then Klopp came in. Yeah, Klopp came in. He rebuilt the team.
Mhm.
He won the Premier League. He won the Champions League first.
Yes.
The season before that, he got to the final. He
Mhm.
then won the league. When City had a chance, they fumbled at Spurs. Do you know? Was it Spurs? Yeah, they fumbled 2 Spurs. Do you know what I mean? It's like Klopp's come in and done the job he's wanting to do. Yes, Pep has still won like trophies and stuff, and like the domestic treble. But even then, when he won the domestic treble, yeah, no one gave Pep or City the respect because it was like, well, you've got the players there, you spent the money, you are that kind of manager, but you've come in to win the Champions League and you can't deliver. But it's like it's very tight. I don't think you can. It depends on what you want for as a person. Who would you pick in it? For me personally, yeah, like, I don't know. There's just this thing, yeah, that there's just this thing about Klopp that I would gamble on Klopp, even though I know Pep has done it. If you know what I mean, but it's just like, I just think it's just so sick here that he's, because Dortmund, when he was in charge of Dortmund were playing in the 2nd division, if I'm correct, and he's brought them into the.
They were under administration. Sorry.
Yeah.
They were under administration. That's what. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's rebuilt them, taken them to the top, left, chilled out for a bit,
And
come to Liverpool, rebuilt them, taken them to the top. I'm not saying he hasn't spent money, but he got Robertson, he's Henderson. Everyone's talking about him like he's world class, and that really pisses me off, innit? But I'm just saying, like, with Pep here, I'm just saying, like, I'm not discrediting him. He's still a great manager, but I'm saying the teams that he's walked into, it's just like, okay, they're great teams. I expect you to do it. Do you get what I mean? They were great.
Just to add on your point, Manny, like, you look at the team that he took over from Bayern, that's going to be the big black mark on his name. Like, that Bayern Munich team, how he didn't win a Champions League with them is beyond me. Like,
done it with Liverpool, or got to how many odd finals, and then the Europa, and then the Champions League final. Then he won the Champions League, and then he's won the league. And people always compare Pep to Klopp because Klopp's come in the Premier League and won a Champions League and now a Premier League, but Pep came in and won the Premier League, and everyone say why they're not winning the Champions League. But City have always been competing in that top 3, not having no rests. And I'm not disrespecting Liverpool in any form or way, but he's never finished out of the top 5, 6 and not being competitive. Do you understand what I mean? Like, City have always been that competitive up there, whereas Liverpool haven't always done that. And then eventually, because they managed to balance it, because they're in the top 3 or whatever it is, then they go on to win the Champions League and then the league, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So for me,
I think that's what I'm basically trying to say. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just like, but for me, Klopp he just edged it just that bit.
But I'd rather take Pep, because I know if he was in a United team, and I do agree with you. Yeah, and I wanted Pep, and I never said that I didn't want him, even though I take him now. I think he would get us the Champions League and the league. I think he's the closest manager to getting United a treble. Not Klopp. If I was talking about a treble, a domestic, I would, based on credentials, with a Pogba in the team that we've got there, I think that Pep's the man and would get it out of United, get them in that treble form. So I'd put
Sorry. Do you know what I think it is with City as well? Is like we do compete for every trophy every season.
Yeah,
it's like AV8 was saying, like Liverpool focused on one thing at a time and won the thing that they focused on. We don't do that. Like if City, like I actually think we're better when we compete for everything. I think this season I can already see signs of them looking at the Champions League. I don't like that personally because I think City perform better overall when we go for everything. But City now, because they're under pressure to win the Champions League, will probably take the eye off the ball a little bit in the Prem, which I don't like, to focus on that. And I think any cup competition is a risk because you're never guaranteed to win it. Do you know what I mean? You would say Bayern Munich are the best team at the moment in the Champions League. That's what most people would agree on. But it doesn't mean that they are going to win it. We don't know. Do you know what I mean? A final is 90 minutes. Anything can happen. Atletico Madrid, by rights, should have beaten them the other day. They didn't. It was a draw. But by rights, if that was a final, it's 90 minutes. Anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? Felix has the game of his life and they're bringing it home. Do you know what I mean? So I just think it's very risky for City to focus on that, whereas the league is a bit of a safer bet. If you do well in the league consistently, you've got a good chance of winning it. So I don't know. Like, I'm not here to diss any manager because they're all great managers. We're not talking about no rubbish manager here. They're all fantastic in their own rights. I think it's difficult because if Klopp came to City and won us what Pep's won, they'd be saying that, of course, Klopp's going to win in that side. They wouldn't be saying Klopp's a fantastic manager. They'd be saying it's Man City. Anyone could have won. Do you know what I mean? So as much as I do rate him and he's done a fantastic job at Liverpool, if he was at City, this conversation would go differently. So I don't know. I think it's before Pep came to City, it was always very respectful conversations. It was, he's one of the best. Look what he's won at Barcelona. Look what he's done in one season. When he came up against arguably the best manager we've seen in England, Alex Ferguson, do you know what I mean? He got the better of him twice. So I'm not saying that makes him better than Fergie. It doesn't. But I'm just saying in terms of the conversation before and the conversation now is very different. And I don't think Pep should have to take a lesser job to prove himself to football fans. That's just what I think. You know what I mean? If Klopp had a choice between taking the job at Burnley and taking the job at Liverpool, he's taken the job at Liverpool. He's not going to take the Burnley job just to prove that he can do it in the Prem at a lesser club. Do you know what I mean? So
and it is a big club.
I get what you're trying to say, but the comparison is a bit like it's a bit Burnley.
Well,
I'm not.
Sorry, because I'm gonna have to leave, man. I think what I'm getting Jan's energy is, look, Klopp, he can say he's never taken over a big club. Let's just put it that way, with money. So if Klopp would have went to Liverpool or Chelsea, and people would be saying the same thing, basically. He's never been to a club with money, but would he achieve them same achievements if he did go to a big club with money? And I think that's what I think that's what
you don't know, innit? You just don't know. Some teams like Jose.
I'm gonna have to bounce. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get off.
No, it's cool.
All right, peace, respect, all of this.
Yeah, love, man.
Continue watching. Peace.
See you later. Yeah, like I think. Do you know what it is? It's like Jose. Jose won at Porto, went to Man United, where arguably bigger club. Do you know what I mean? More money, more everything, and didn't succeed as well at Man United as he did at Porto. Do you know what I mean? I think any manager that comes in, you just don't know what you're going to get. Klopp could have come to City. I do remember in the early days of Klopp joining Liverpool, a lot of their fans, when they lost the league title to us, before they won the Champions League, a lot of their, I think they finished fourth when they won the Champions League. A lot of their fans were saying, should Klopp go? Should we sack Klopp? And I was thinking, well, he's rebuilding your team. But at the time, they were saying if he doesn't win, he needs to go. And then he won the Champions League and then won the league. So now, obviously, the conversation has changed. But I did want to get some of the questions because people come on the show for questions. So
yeah, sorry, man. I took it left, innit?
No, it's all right. I just don't want people to feel like I don't answer. So the first one says, do you fear the worst on Tuesday night with Maguire and Lindelof at the back against Leipzig? Leipzig, how do you say it? Leipzig.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I can't even lie to you. The thing is with Maguire and Lindelof, yeah, if you look at them, they're not actually a bad partnership. I think the problem with them is they're both slow. And Maguire thinks he's better on the ball than he is, but he's not. He's very clumsy in defense, but he gets away with it a lot. But I think against this Leipzig game, it's going to be attack against attack, and I think with us, we just edge it that bit more. But then if we say, okay, we want to go defensive and slap 3 at the back, 2 defensive midfield in McTominay and Matic, and get a point for the game, we're through in it. So I think the onus is more on Leipzig, and we know, like you said with like City, the moment you open up here, you keep the moment like they get the ball, all they need is to lose it one time, a counter attack, and boom, we're scoring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll get 2 counter attack, we'll get 3 counter attacks here, and we'll score 3 goals. That's just how good we are on the counter. We know what Rashford is like. We know what Bruno is like. We know Pogba at his best can do it. Do you know what I mean? Martial, hopefully he's not injured. We haven't heard anything yet. He can do it as well. So I don't think there'll be a problem. I don't fear it all. I don't think they have a very good system, but I don't think they really have much to to get at us with. And if they want to come at us, we're just going to outscore them. So if they score 1, we'll score 2. That's literally what it will be. I see in that game, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think you'll lose that, to be honest. A quick one, Gangster Crit says, do you guys really think United can win the league? So just say yeah or a no. So what do you think, Manny? Do you reckon you can win it?
Oh, you want yeah or no?
Yeah.
It depends. Yes and no, innit? For me. I'll just quick one. It depends, innit?
Yeah.
I think, like everyone said, the way the league is at the moment, it's really open to anyone in terms of like Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool, City, if they can get their act together, United, if they can be consistent going forward, you know what I mean? But with United, it's just really weird, isn't it? If everyone else gets their act together, I can't see United doing it. But then if United were to get rid of Oli and bring in a better coach, like if we were to get rid of Oli and bring in Poch could probably bring it home, but Oli himself could probably do it because of how other teams are in it. So it was a yes or no answer, really. It all depends on what other teams do, because we got the players in it. But if everyone else gets their act together, then you never know. It's a difficult one for me.
What do you think, Prime?
Do I really think they can win the league? No.
Okay.
Do I think they're in the title race? Yes. Because points-wise, they are close to it, so it'll be more of them. But do I realistically think they can win the league? No. Unless they go on a ridiculous run of form and Chelsea, Liverpool, City and Spurs drop considerably. But I don't see that happening.
What do you think, Ram?
No, I don't. I think it's really because it's down to the likes of Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea and City. I think those clubs are far too ahead of them, and United always have this air of inconsistency when it comes to the season, and they're always a little bit up and down, and that consistency compared to the other teams that are challenging is not as good as theirs. So sadly not.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I don't know. They seem quite. City aren't consistent either at the moment, and that's why a lot of people ruled us out. But Man United, it seems the same. So,
but one thing, like City, they've proven it before. They can win 15 games on the bounce. They have that history, and you can never write them off, in my opinion.
Yeah. Gangster Crit says again, Jan, which City side do you rate more, the 17-18 or 18-19 team? Ooh, I think 17-18 was a fantastic season. We did run away with it. But 18-19 to win that title, like Ram just mentioned, we won 14 games on the bounce to win that title. And that wasn't our title to win. I think it was Liverpool's to win at that time. So has to be the 18-19. That season was, you know, Liverpool and City were on fire the whole way through. One of the best title races I've seen. Obviously, it was a bit uncomfortable as a fan, but yeah, it has to be 18-19 just for what we accomplished. 1 second. Just trying to find the questions in it. People are probably cussing me out. I can't. That disrespect to De Bruyne. I'm not having it about Ginger or Brighton. Honestly, take the piss. He's up there with the best. You know, he's just won an award.
Yeah. Moving on.
1 sec. Oh my gosh. Where are the questions, people? Okay, here's one for you, Prime. How far do you think Chelsea will go in the Champions League?
Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
And from there, quarterfinals, and then from there you have to play it by ear, depending who you draw. Because my thing is, once you start facing the bigger sides that have players who are equally just as good as you, and they have managers who are top class, if arguably world class, that's when you, again, with Frank's inexperience and not being there yet, that's when I start to think, okay, I want to see something from you that you can go up against these sides. So if we get to the quarters and we get a good draw, we get to the semis, then it's all about getting a bit of luck from there.
Yeah. What do you think, Manny? How far do you think they'll go?
Me personally, you see, I think it all depends on the draw, really. You know, it all really depends on the draw. I think Chelsea are a team that have gelled together. They've lost Ziyech now, and I think Ziyech was a massive glue in that team. How far will they go? Do you know what? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll say. Quarterfinals. Quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals. They'll probably get knocked out by Bayern or something in the quarters.
Exactly, and that was my thing last season. That if we get to the round of 16, and depending on our draw, we can get to the quarterfinals. We got Bayern in.
Yeah, I think with Champions League, it all depends on the draw, innit? Because if you go through and the first team you play is Bayern Munich, it changes your chances. Do you know what I mean? Because yes, you could beat Bayern Munich, but they are the best, you know, the best team that are out there at the moment. So it changes whether you go through or not. Me personally, as a City fan, for some reason, we struggle against the teams that we should be beating, and we beat the teams that we shouldn't be beating. So I'd probably prefer a little bit of a harder draw than someone that we're supposed to just beat, because, you know, obviously if Shakhtar Donetsk go through, we might as well have them. They seem to be our favourite team to play. So we tend to get the better over them as well. So yeah, I think if we do get through and they get through, we'll get Shakhtar.
A part of me wants to play Bayern.
What?
Because again, I keep saying, I want to see how we do against the best teams in Europe, and other teams that are supposed to be big. Barcelona, PSG, Real Madrid. They're not doing so well right now. So obviously I don't want to play them in the round of 16, but quarterfinals or maybe semis, if you have to face Bayern over 2 legs, why not? We're not going to get battered again. So
I think it's all in one leg. I think for the
one leg could make it even better. So why not?
But Bayern.
What do you think, Ram? How far do you think they're going to go in the Champions League, Chelsea?
Chelsea. I said quarterfinals. You know, I think round of 60 they're going to get an easy draw because obviously they're going to finish top of their group. They'll probably get like a Shakhtar or maybe someone like that. Maybe if they get Atletico, it'll be a little bit of a tricky one, but I think they'll beat Atletico.
Yeah.
I think Atletico are dead food this season. So yeah, quarterfinals, and then we'll see who they get in after that.
Flawless, big up Flawless in the comments. He does this on purpose because I told him he needs to shout me out. One sec. Gosh, where are all the questions gone? Can't find them. Okay, Ryan says, do you think Madrid will get knocked out on Wednesday? I'll start first. I don't think they will. I'd like them to get knocked out because it would be funny seeing them in Europa. But I just think they can turn up on their day as bad as they've been playing. I think they can turn up on Mönchengladbach. I think they were winning against Inter and then ended up getting beat. So I think they might bottle it again, to be honest. So yeah, I think Madrid will go through. What do you guys reckon?
Inter Milan are bottom of their group.
Yeah.
Conte's a fraud.
No,
Antonio Conte's a fraud.
Conte's always been a fraud in Europe anyway. But Real Madrid, I want them to be in the Europa League. Because if they have to go up against Arsenal in the Europa League,
Arsenal against Real Madrid, that's gonna be good.
Who do they have to play?
It's not even going to be that. It's going to be Real Madrid Spurs, you know. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see Bale against Madrid.
Yeah,
do you know what it is? Bale and Jose against Madrid. That's what it will be. That would be blockbuster.
It's Bale against Zidane. It's Bale against Zidane.
Yeah, Bale against Zidane, Jose against Madrid.
Reguilon as well. He used to play.
Yeah, but he did. I don't think he wanted to go, innit? That's why they got the buyback clause, innit? Yeah. So, but that would be sick though. But
I don't think I don't think they'll activate that buyback clause because that boy Ferland Mendy's he's a baller.
Nah, they will. Do you know what? They did it with what's his name? Morata. And you need to understand as well, what's his name is getting old. Marcelo. Yeah, he's mad old. So once he dips, because I think he's like 32, 33. So once he dips, they'll probably buy him back. Because what's going to happen is he's regular in probably the next 2-3 years would be elite. And someone's going to want to come in for him. Real Madrid would buy him back here and then sell him like they did with Morata. That's what they would do. That's why they wanted that buyback clause.
They also did that with Carvajal. Or not Carvajal, Hakimi.
Hakimi, yeah. And they did no, they didn't actually. They put it, you know, Pepe as well. Not Pepe, sorry. Hesse, Real Madrid. Yeah. They put the buyback clause in it, but obviously it didn't bang at PSG in it. They love that. It's once they see their players banging, bring him back, sell him for more.
Did it with Marcos Llorente, I think, as well.
They did it with him.
Yeah, and then they sold him off to Atletico Madrid after.
Oh
that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird what they do. Yeah.
So back to the question. Yeah, it's a hard one, you know. Like if they turn up because they've got the players too, but then what? Hazard ain't been the same since he's left Chelsea. He's been a shadow of himself. Benzema, well, he's Mr. Madrid. Who else? They ain't really got anyone there that can like. I think
it's tight. Personally, for me, like, is Shakhtar already qualified, or they need to still?
No, it's close.
No one's qualified in that. No one's definitely through in that group.
Gladbach has 8 points. Shakhtar has 7. Real have 7, and Inter have 5.
Inter have 5.
Yeah.
So Inter could win their next game and actually go through.
Yeah. Anyone can go through. That's why that game's mad, because them games are going to be mad because you've got Shakhtar who, if they draw, they go through. But Inter are going to want to beat them because it's all or nothing. It's not one of them games where they're already out.
Yeah.
You know, it's all or nothing. And then you've got obviously Madrid who need to win to go through. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens because it's not over.
Well, Real can also go through at a point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Shakhtar -7. So really, how are they second in the group? Oh, is it head to head? Oh, head to head, isn't it?
Yeah, head to head.
Head to head.
Well, if Mönchengladbach are on 8 and Madrid draw with them, they'll be on 9, and Madrid will be on 8. So it's whether Shakhtar then lose to Inter.
So basically, everyone's got to win their games.
Yeah. So if Inter win against Shakhtar, then it would be between who goes through because Madrid, if they draw, would be on 8, and so would Inter. So it'd be who goes for it are them two, which I think is Madrid.
Yeah,
So Inter will be on
depends
the
because the
same
goal
point.
difference as well.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens anyway. Gangster Crip says, which striker should City sign to replace Aguero?
Lautaro Martinez.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say him as well.
That's a lot of people have been saying that recently. I do love Haaland though, but I don't think Pep will buy him.
Yeah,
But I
come
love
in
him,
City.
He's
but
going
he
to
won't come.
No, he's coming United. Apparently, United are gonna slap the.
Yeah, he ain't going.
No. Because basically, what it is because next season his release clause is 70 million
Yeah.
euros, isn't it? So from what I've heard, but obviously the rumors, when the transfer window opens, they'll probably come back again. But what I heard is basically United are just gonna slap down the straight 70 and just activate it and bring him. That's what I heard in it, but obviously,
do you know what? I would never rule it out because you never know. But I don't know if he'll come. I just think the history between. I don't know, man. I think
history don't mean nothing, man.
I don't know. It's like if
history
Wayne
don't
Rooney
mean
had a
nothing.
son. If Wayne Rooney had a son who was really good, and I was saying like, yeah, he's gonna come City. You know, I'm not saying he would never play. There's a lot of factors in there. Like
it's just the same Wayne Rooney who's a Scouser.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. So he's a
He's
Scouser and he played for Man United, and you're now saying his son's going to play for City. It's possible, but I'm not too sure whether if he had a choice between Man United or Man City, he's going to pick Man City. I don't know. Like Haaland grew up watching Leeds and Man City. Like he was born in Leeds. And then, you ended his dad's career. I don't know. It might happen. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Listen,
we'll see anyway. I hope not.
It don't mean nothing.
I'd hope that he doesn't come anyway. I think, unfortunately, I could see him at Liverpool. I don't want him there, but I could see him there.
Do you know what? The only reason why I won't see him there anymore is because I think they've gone for this. They've gone for Diego Jota, and I don't think they expected him, and no one actually expected him to have the impact he's had.
Yeah.
So, and Firmino, he's only like 28. He's not old. 29. Do you know what I mean? Oh, he's 29.
Yeah, same age as me. Yeah.
Oh,
30 next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that changes it a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, I think like even if Diego Jota was to come in, like I just don't think they will look at it and say we need to go for Haaland, especially if they say, okay, Jota, you're my number 9 now. Firmino, you drop to the bench. Do you know what I mean? And they still have what's that kid's name, Origi there. Do you know what I mean? And when he comes in, he does bits. But
it's the
I rate him personally as a striker because when he comes in, he might not play every game, but when he plays, he gives 9 out of 10 every single time. Do you know what I mean? Wow. So I don't think they will look at it as they need Haaland.
Origi, on that Origi is just one of the most frustrating players in our team. Like, sometimes the guy ends up scoring from like 25 yards, and then the guy ends up falling over the ball. Like,
what he did for you lot in Champions League,
I love him for that. Champions League semi-final, the final, bro. I love him, but the guy can be frustrating at times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, when I've seen him play for you lot, I've seen him put in 9 out of 10 performances. I don't watch all your games in it because I'm a United fan in it. But when I've seen him play I'm like, no, this kid is actually a good backup. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, you watch him more, and if you say he's frustrating, then boy, who am I to say he's not?
I think he'll leave. I think he'll want because he wants to be in the Belgian national team, and he ain't getting in there. So he wants to be playing football consistently. Roberto Martinez rates him really highly, and the problem is he's just not playing football, and that's why he won't never get picked. So maybe he might go to France and do something with that. But
Ryan also says, which team do you think is most capable of beating Bayern Munich over 2 legs? I don't know. I would say Klopp and Pep both know Bayern well. I'm not talking about saying we're going to beat them, by the way. I'm just saying in terms of Klopp knows Bayern well. Pep knows Bayern very well. And we've seen Pep beat Barcelona
when not now, like when we shouldn't have been beating them 3-1, and we've done it. I'm not saying we will. Our record against Bayern is interesting. We've played Bayern 6 times. We've won 3, lost 3. That's our record against Bayern. But City crumble in the Champions League. So, yeah. I don't know. I'd just say that Klopp and Pep know Bayern Munich a bit more.
Manny, would you back your team?
United.
Yeah.
To beat Bayern.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I was going to say United. I think
The thing,
would do it.
I think you can do Bayern.
the thing is,
probably
yeah,
would.
let me tell you the reason why, like, and this isn't because, like, the reason why I'll say we can beat Bayern over 2 legs is because all we need to do, yeah, is play 3 at the back and get them on the counter. United we're too much on the counter. I don't think there's any team that can handle us. And I just think the way Bayern play their football, it's just going to be too much. I think if we were going to do it over 2 legs, if anyone could do it over 2 legs, it would be United. On paper, we have the players, and what we've proved as well in certain games against PSG, against the Leipzig, that if you think you're going to come at us, we're going to punish you even more. And the way Bayern love to play with that high line, the fullbacks bombing forward. Listen, you're basically you're telling whoever's on the wing, Rashford or is it Martial, or even if it's Greenwood. Let's say you start Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, Bruno behind them. Yeah, you're basically giving them a plate of food. Do you know what I mean? That's what you do. So if anyone could do it, I would say United can, and I would actually throw. It's going to sound mad. I would actually throw Chelsea into it as well. It's so crazy, but I would throw Chelsea's name into it because
you look at Bayern's run the Champions League to winning the Champions League last season. As much as they battered Chelsea and Barca, but the games that they played, there were times when they should have been caught on the counter. And they should have been punished, but they weren't. The PSG in the final themselves,
PSG had the better game.
Exactly, but they didn't take their chances. I think a team that's more clinical on the counter attack, Chelsea or Man United, can beat them. I thought not PSG. I thought Atletico would be able to beat them on the counter, but I don't know. Atletico are doing this weird transition right now, and it's not working out for them.
Okay. Next question is, what is the best Man United midfield combination, as Ole doesn't seem to know? From what I've seen, I don't know. I think you have to play Donny. I think he looks like, I don't watch Man United, but when I have watched him, you look better with him in the team. Obviously, I don't know whether that works too well with Bruno. And Pogba as well. I don't know, but
for me personally, like if I was Manchester United manager, I'm playing a 3 in midfield, and as crazy as it seems, the 3 players I'll go for will have to be Fred, Bruno, and it would just have to be Pogba. As much as I rate Donny and I want Donny in Manchester United's team, I think if Fred's firing and Bruno, who is firing, and if Pogba starts firing, that's our best midfield. There's no doubt about it. Do you know what I mean? What Fred offers, what Bruno offers, and what Pogba offers can work well and could be probably one of the best midfield in Europe, if you know what I mean. If you look at it on paper, it could be one of the best midfield in Europe. But it all depends on form. But if you're just asking me best midfield combination, I would have to say Fred, Bruno, and Pogba.
I don't think that works as a balance.
It does though. If you're playing Fred, in the 6-ish, not a proper 6, but 6-ish, and you're playing Bruno and Pogba as 8, box to box, it could work because one, we know Bruno's energy. Bruno Bruno's energy and what he does, he basically plays as a box. Like, I can't remember who said it. I think Statman Bain said it. Box to box, number 9 or something like. The way he plays, he's everywhere. Pogba, we know he might not be the best defending, but we know he can do it. So we know he is a box to box. When Oli came in, that's basically what he was playing. When Oli first came in, he was playing as a box to box, more as a 10, but as a box to box, and it worked. He had, when he finished the season, he had the best defensive stats as a midfielder, and he was up there with goals and assists. He was top for goals and assists that season.
But
So
for me, my problem isn't necessarily Pogba playing as an 8, even though that's a bit of maybe an issue. But it's the fact that you said Fred is a 6-ish. What's a 6-ish?
yeah, when I say 6-ish, it's not your standard 6. Like, if I was going to compare him to the 6 I'm thinking about, it'll probably be like, he's not at this level, but probably like Fernandinho. Because you see what Fernandinho did for City is he wasn't just sit in front of the back 4. He wasn't that. He was up and down. Do you know what I mean? If that's what I saw for a minute, up and down number 6. You know what I mean? He knew when to break up play, give it to certain players, put through a pass to start off an attack. Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, Fernandinho is a DM. Fred isn't a DM. Defensive midfielder.
Technically, you could say that, but when he was at Shakhtar, it's weird. When he was at Shakhtar, that's the position he was playing. We've seen that he can play it, maybe not as effective as. The thing is, he's a number 8. Straight up, he's a number 8.
Did you watch him at Shakhtar? Because he played as an 8. He also played.
I don't know. Like, what do you call it? I think I didn't watch like many. I think I watched about 3 or 4 games of him. Not too many in it, but the games that I watched. Obviously, I've seen him play as a 6. I've seen him play as an 8. If I had to pick him, I wouldn't put him as a 6. But in that formation, I'm not putting him as that. That's why I say 6-ish. Do you know what I mean? Like, you do your business there, know when to bomb forward, but I also want to see you around, like, breaking up play, screaming, because he does that, and he does it well at times. But
do you not think there should be an upgrade in that position?
Yes, I do, but they're asking at me at the moment, innit? I do think, if you gave me a blank checkbook and you said go and get someone, yeah, I'm probably gonna pull out like an Ndidi, or if I want someone that's just gonna sit in front of the defense and then give the simple balls. But then if I want it to be more creative, I'll go get a Ruben Neves, someone that I know who can break up play, but then can pick out the killer pass. Do you know what I mean? So it all depends. If you give him a black checkbook, they're probably the 2 players that I'll go for in terms of they're obvious. We've seen them in the Prem and they'll work in it. But with what we have now as the Manchester United team, I just think those 3 in midfield will really complement each other. Some people will take out Fred and throw in Matic. But the thing with Matic is Matic will give you like... Matic does this thing, he will give you 5-6 good games. And then the 7th game, he thinks he's messy and he starts messing up. Do you know what I mean? But with Fred, we've seen Fred go on a run with what? I think when everyone got injured and he got thrown in, in around October last season. Basically, Fred was immaculate from that October onwards. It was then towards the end of lockdown, he then started to, when football came back after lockdown is when he started to, phase out a bit. But other than that, he was immaculate and he was playing as a 6.
Fair enough. GNA TV says, big up the panel, big up you. I'm assuming it's ads. So big up you. If you're watching, guys, just like the video, subscribe, share it if you can. I don't know how much longer it's going to be, but we'll just get to the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot off. I've got to be up at 5 anyway for work, man.
Yeah, it's all right. We're gonna end him in a few minutes. Just see if there's any questions. Okay, there's one for Prime. Prime, what do you think? What do you make of Werner's start at Chelsea? He's been missing a load of chances.
I don't think he's been missing a lot of chances. His start at Chelsea. What do you expect? We talked about how the Prem is the toughest league in the world, and it takes people time to adapt. It usually takes about a season. Then he's adapting. also, and you look at the fact of, I think he has like 11 goal contributions or something this season. He has more than world-class Aubameyang, ice cold Martial. These are guys that everyone rates so highly. Werner is clear of them by all the contributions. But yeah, people are still saying he's taking time to settle in. So like, I don't know. Once he's actually settled and he's gelled, it's going to be fearful to what he's going to be then. So, but yeah, I don't have a problem with how he's doing. It would be worse if, you know, we were over reliant on him and the team wasn't performing or playing well. But the team's playing well. We're looking good. He's having good games. He's having average games. Cool, but it's all part of the settling in process.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I agree with everything that Prime said there, and I think what people need to understand as well is like it's really good to analyze games yourself and to watch games yourself, because people are trolling Werner. He's not actually been as crap as the trolling suggests. It's just that he's missing a couple chances that he should put at the back of the net. But for me, when I've watched certain Chelsea games or I've watched like highlights, when even the fact that he's not scoring, yeah, he will get an assist here and there, but take away the stats, what he offers to that team is invaluable to Frank. What he offers to that team on the left, the way he attacks the space, the way he draws out defenders as well. So you need to look at the whole round, the whole picture, and not just the fact that, oh yeah, he's missing open chances. Do you know what I mean? Martial has scored 1 goal this season, yeah, but he's offering so much to United. Do you know what I mean? With what he does. And I think that's what Werner is doing. And I think the goals will come. Yes, it's going to take a while for him to settle in, but once he does, he will bang a couple goals in it. But anyway, man, Werner, I'll say Werner's dead anyway, just to throw an agenda out there.
But yeah, I don't know. Some players take longer than others to settle in it. Some take a season, some just come firing full strength. So, but anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you to all of you for joining me on this panel. Do you want to shout out where they can find you? We'll start with you, Manny.
Yeah, it's your boy Manny, the Fake Football Fan. You can find me on Fake Football TV, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Dropped a video on YouTube the other day. Life of Aaron United as a football player. So go check that out. Run up the numbers, share with your loved ones. It's a different type of interview, innit? We just sat down, had a chat, and we're just vibes in it. So go check that out, man. Fake Football TV.
Yeah. Prime.
Yeah. That's my Twitter, Adams Prime X. Check out my YouTube channel. Search on YouTube, Adams Prime. I sit down with people and do interviews, and we have discussions and stuff like that, which is quite interesting. This morning, I did one with Jem, just talking about Chelsea and Frank and the disrespect that he gets. So yeah.
Yeah, check that out, guys. What about you, Rams?
Yeah, just follow my Twitter here, LRB Rams. And you can catch me on the Football Terrace talking about Liverpool, talking about Premier League, talking about Champions League, whatever. So yeah, just follow my Twitter there, and yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, and give us a wave.
Thanks everyone for tuning in again. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, share it so people can watch it later. We're out. Bye.